It's time to elevate your excitement of pro wrestling, and it's time for Elevation. Tony Schiavone, the one and only G. Paul White, and we are ringside with the great stars of AEW, Paul.
Doesn't get any better than this, Tony.
Man, it is great to be with you, and it's great to be with Justin Roberts, our ring announcer, for our first match this week.
This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Albany, New York, weighing 265 pounds, Zach Clayton.
Well, take a look at this. I think fans around the world know Zach Clayton. When you say the name of Jersey Shore earlier this year, he was engaged to JWoww of Jersey Shore fame. And
that's interesting, Tony. You know, I actually buy JWoww's tanning lotion.
oh yeah?
Yeah, it comes in a nice pink sparkly bottle. Works great.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I stand corrected. MTV's Jersey Shore's #1 star, Zach Clayton.
Okay, well, there you go. That's what reality TV will do for you. It'll make you a big star, right?
Join the Dark Order.
You don't have to answer that.
And
I was thinking
his
about it.
opponent, to be accompanied by -1 and Dark Order from the Keep, weighing 240 pounds, Dark Order number 10.
All right, number 10, Preston Vance is his name, and he is muscular. Take a look at -1.
I just love it. -1 brings all that personality to the ring. He's in there with one of his favorites from the Dark Order. We know that 10 is a former protege of the great Brody Lee. It's amazing to see -1 out there with a great talent like 10.
And it's great to see members of the Dark Order all together in a show of force, a show of solidarity. And that's something that Brody Lee brought to this group.
Yeah, he elevated everyone in that group.
Yes, he did. All right, here we go. Zach Clayton, 0-1 here in AEW. And Dark Order number 10 at 9-1 in singles competition.
I'm really surprised at how big Zach Clayton is.
I was going to say the same thing there. I mean, he's obviously a couple inches taller here. Great physique, great upper body strength, obviously. And
I didn't know that reality TV stars got that big.
well, there you go. You just never know. The collar and elbow tie-up. Number 10 from behind. Headlock takeover and good head scissor to get out of it. And back to square one once again for both men.
Pretty good for Zach Clayton.
We have a great program coming up here this week. I'm glad you could be with us. We're going to see Miro in action coming up in a few moments.
Well, actually, you're welcome, Tony. I'm glad to be here.
Well, listen. It's always good working with you, Paul.
As always, I'm trying to sit under your learning tree and figure this stuff out.
No, man, you and I have known each other for a long, long time. And I tell the story that the Paul White that I remember in the mid-90s is it's not the Paul White I know right now.
No, definitely not.
You are a seasoned veteran now.
Well, there's an interesting move.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was for intimidation or just flat out disrespect.
Well, I think I think he was disrespecting 10, and 10 trying to hammer him. And a good job by Clayton to get out of it. Missed. Released German suplex over the top. Nicely done. And that really rocked Clayton down the corner.
That's the thing people don't understand when you look at 10. Yes, he's a great-looking athlete. He's got size. He's also got experience, power, and technical skill. Nice drop kick by Zach Clayton.
Clayton 1, 2. And again, Dark Order number 10 and Zach Clayton both fit into that mold of elevation. Two young wrestlers in the formative years of their career, trying to get wins, trying to make a name for themselves. And who knows, then they're going to be on Dynamite maybe.
Just zippered 10 with those bootlaces. That's an old school move. I appreciate that from Zach Clayton. Nothing says, hey, how you doing, like running your laces down somebody's face.
Absolutely. And big roundhouse right that time by Clayton. Clayton now, look at this, using the face and well, with the mask, I'm not so sure how much that hurts unless he can get the eye socket in there.
Well, he probably got the eye socket through the hole in the mask, but if anything, it's distracting, if anything.
And it wasn't that long ago that 10 got a lot of stitches. I think about 8 or 9 stitches in his lip in a match with Zach Evans that was on Dark.
Yeah, put his teeth right through his lip.
Yes, it did. So there you go, working on the face, working on the upper part of the body. Frank Gasno is our referee in this opening bout. As he checks in, and we have a great crowd on hand. Good to have you with us on Elevation. Look at that, hanging him out to dry, basically.
Innovative offensive moves by Zach Clayton. He's bringing a lot of old school back with the grinding of the eye socket on the top ropes, the zippering with the bootlaces. You know, he's got his own style. It's unique.
Well, he trained with Johnny Rodz in New York City.
Now I get it.
Does that tell you a lot?
That explains a lot. That viciousness, using the ring to your advantage. You know, just the disdain that emanates from Zach Clayton in the ring towards everyone around him. I get it now.
Yeah. There you see -1 trying to encourage 10 on.
Zach Clayton better be careful. -1 hops that ropes. He's going to change the complexity of this match real quick. And there we go.
Yeah, don't stick your head in. Listen, -1 will not back down.
No.
Regardless of his age and size.
-1 will fight a Bengal tiger in a phone booth.
Yes, he will. And Clayton with a forearm shot. That had no effect on 10. European uppercut just fired him up. Here comes 10. Another
Look at
running
that
lariat.
explosiveness. All those big lariats running right through. He's motivated now. In the corner goes Zach Clayton. Big boot to the face.
Running pump kick that time by 10. Clayton in trouble now. 10 sends him in, picks him up, and a
nice spine buster.
spine buster. Oh, man, this is entertainment, man. All right, now could be the full Nelson.
If he gets that locked
Oh,
in.
man, look at that.
Good back elbow by Zach Clayton.
Clayton saw it coming.
Good
Watch
save
out.
by 10.
Power slammed him down. He's got him up 1, 2, no. Well, he almost pulled a win out of that one.
Pretty impressive by Zach Clayton. You know, he came back with that really strong power slam. I think his wrestling base is pretty solid.
First time we've seen him here on Elevation since January, or first time we've seen him in AEW, I should say, since January.
Well,
and here's the full Nelson.
Nelson's locked in.
He's got to look at him ragdolling back and forth.
10's letting him know.
Yeah, 10 celebrating already. It's over. There's the bell.
Stick to reality TV, kid.
Here is your winner, Dark Order number 10.
-1 putting the boots to Zach Clayton. You know, tremendous job on Zach Clayton's part. You know, we're glad to have him here on Elevation. Him come out and put in that showing against 10.
Wow, and speaking of 10, that's his 10th win here in AEW. Take a look again, Paul.
He's on fire. Once he gets that full Nelson locked in, you see the hands are clasped. That's a skeletal grip, finger to finger. That's a very strong, snug grip. Pressure on the back of the neck. It's lights out.
Dark Order's number 10 is now 10-1, and he at -1 celebrates in this opening bout this week on Elevation. All right, what a great way to start off Elevation here for week number 5. Tony Schiavone and the big guy himself, G. Paul White, here back with you. We've got so many great main events come up on this edition of Elevation, including the second week in a row. We're going to see All Ego Ethan Page team again with Scorpio Sky against Joey Janella and Sonny Kiss.
Well, I'm really excited to see those two teams go out. You got the athletic ability of Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, and the eccentricical. Is that a word? Or
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Whatever.
You know, I'm just going to make up words. Anyway, I love Joey Janella and Sonny Kiss, and I can't wait to see them take on Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
We're going to also see Best Friends back together once again. But right now, time for our next match here in Elevation. And here's the one and only Justin Roberts.
This contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Buffalo, New York, weighing 185 pounds, Hayden Backlund.
Well, I was going to say, with a name like Backlund, he better know how to wrestle.
Yes, he's a distant relative of former world champion Bob Backlund. Says he was born to wrestle because of his last name. Well, here's a guy born to destroy.
And his opponent, originally from Bulgaria, now residing in Nashville, Tennessee, weighing 280 pounds, Miro.
That is such an intimidating stare.
It's frightening.
And an intimidating look. How in the world do you prepare for something like this, Paul?
You don't. You lace your boots up tight and you hope for the best. You know, every time Miro has that dead stare in his face and those giant trapezius muscles and the cannonball shoulders. You know, and you got to understand what kind of mindset Miro's in after that loss on that Arcade Anarchy match.
Yeah.
He didn't even want to be in that.
Yeah, so there you go. I agree. It's a good point.
This might be a bad time for Hayden Backlund tonight.
Miro says that he is, look at this, man. He's going to maul him in the corner.
Oh, look at those shots. Just snug and in there and crisp and clean.
He said that he's after a title here in AEW, and who's going to stop him? I mean,
he's a vicious competitor, and right now he looks more focused. You know, I get worried when he starts walking around talking to himself, because that's never a good outcome for the opponent.
Yeah. I remember back years ago when my sons had those He-Man action figures.
Right.
He looks like a He-Man action figure.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He looks like the old school Hercules to me.
Absolutely. Good call.
Big full chest, big round shoulders.
And just as vicious as he can be, man.
I mean, he's as mean as a stepped-on snake right now. He is mean.
Mike Posey was admonishing Miro for just a second and then walked away. There he's doing it again.
Mike Posey might want to rethink that agenda.
You know, Mike Posey's been a referee, been around for a number of years, but tell you, not a bad move at all.
Good job, Hayden Backlund.
Absolutely. There you go.
There you go.
Give him credit for some effort here, man.
Well, you know, sometimes you got to combat crazy with insane.
That's exactly right. And he drop kicked. That time Miro just holding on. Miro just shrugged on. Look at the agility. Whoa.
That athleticism. What an athlete.
Unstoppable. Absolutely. And Hayden Backlund, who says he was born to wrestle because his last name is going to, he's going to get a big lesson in it right here.
Well, right now I think Hayden Backlund's get up and go, got up and went after that.
Now, Hayden's only 20 years of age. Now, 20 years of age, and the fact is, okay, somebody left a wristband. And Hayden, only 20 years ago, to get bigger and stronger and learn a lot. And he said, game over, and there it is. His version of the camel clutch. It's called game over. It is, Paul.
Locked in deep.
The winner of this match, Miro.
Miro's now 10-1 overall, 5-0 in singles competition. The one loss came in that Arcade Anarchy match you talked about, Paul, but in singles competition, he is indestructible. He's saying it was disrespect to put him in the ring against him. Here we go.
Right, he locks in his camel clutch, the game over. Wrists locked in deep. Nothing for Hayden Backlund to do but to tap out.
Tap out is what he did, and again, Miro. Can anyone stop this man in AEW?
Yeah, things looking real good here, Butch. You're getting the job done. Keep it up, huh?
Kidding me? Why can't I get in?
Hey, you know the rules. Go get yourself a jacket.
Putting it all on black. No. I'm a stats man myself, and the stats say we should put it on red.
We're the Dark Order.
I'm gonna need a new X-ray machine.
Are you ready to play?
I'm ready to win.
This is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring, the team of Ty Conti and the AEW Women's World Champion, Hikaru Shida.
-1 coming out with this team of Shida and Ty Conti.
Love the chemistry between these two. -1's definitely got a crush on Ty Conti, and who can blame him?
Yeah, absolutely. Who can blame him? And how,
good taste, young man, good taste.
And how about Ty Conti and the world champion Hikaru Shida kind of forming a bond or a friendship?
An alliance.
An alliance. Very, very unique.
And their opponents, Catalina Perez and Leyla Gray.
Catalina Perez, Leyla Gray together in this tag team matchup. Ty Conti with the win over Bunny recently on Dynamite, and in the corner helping out.
Perez, nice collar and elbow lockup with Ty Conti here.
Yeah, helping out Ty Conti was Hikaru Shida.
She's got that martial arts background, Ty Conti.
Yes, she does.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I believe,
Yeah.
yes?
Perez, she said, you slapped me, Perez said, I didn't. And I'm thinking, who the else would have? I mean, you're the only one in the ring. And there's a kick.
You know, throwing those kicks in. She's got that black belt in judo.
Yeah, great judo throw that time. And a 2 count from Aubrey Edwards. Good communication calling Shida. Shida with both feet up. Wow. Great takeover that time.
You see how fast she sunk that in and took her over? Wow. That's just, that's lots of hours on the mat getting that like that. That was pretty impressive. Perez trying to block here, the suplex.
Nicely done by Perez, dropping down to one knee, gets her in the corner, and a tag is made, and here comes Leyla Gray, who we've seen a number of times in action here. First time that she and Perez have been together.
Champion just counted it right there with a sit out herself, going for air. Nice double suplex on the champion, the women's champion.
Here comes Gray with a big uppercut. Extending those very strong legs of hers. Hitting the ropes.
Shotgun drop kick, I guess.
Drop kick, yeah. Sheeta's in trouble here. Now tag is made, and we're going to get Perez back in the ring. Oh boy, slugging it out. And it looks like the world champion liked that one.
When you come out of those Asian dojos, that's like a rite of passage to stand there and take those shots back and forth like that. So probably not the most smartest thing for Leyla Gray to do right there.
Here comes Ty Conti.
Boy, is she a ball of fire. Look at that intensity. She follows all the way through with those lariats. Leaves no room on the plate.
You're looking at
judo throws, judo throws.
Man.
That's just reaping that shoulder right out of the socket.
Oh,
look at that kick.
Yeah, just kicked her head right off. Covers 1, 2, and a 2 count. What a team, and a top-ranked contender and the champion together in the women's division. Up on top, there's a big missile drop kick from Hikaru Shida. And went to pick her up. Perez from behind. Oh, my goodness.
Well, that's a pump kick.
Yeah, that is a pump kick. Dead on pump kick. Double team, whip them in. A knee strike on that end, and they're on the other end. Great takeover by both ladies. Submission hold on both ends. The triangle sleepers on both sides.
I love it. That's teamwork. They're forming a pretty strong team.
That's right. And it was, of course, Shida and Gray were the legal. 2 ladies in the ring. And Gray got out of it. Nicely done. Double underhook.
Double underhook. What are we going for here? Champion blocked it, got out of it. Insegura kick right to the side of the cheek. That was the whole top of her foot right on the cheek. Well done.
The katana.
There's the knee.
1, 2, 3.
The winners of this match, the team of Ty Conti and the AEW Women's World Champion, Hikaru Shida.
Good effort by Catalina Perez and Leyla Gray.
Yeah, I agree, but the katana was the final blow in that one. Boom. How about that knee?
That momentum's just swinging through. And
Wow, back to the head.
buddy, that'll ring your bell right there. That's lights out. Thanks for coming. Do not go to the pay window.
The world champion, Ty Conti together. A great looking team.
Oh, she's kind of eyeing that championship. Maybe one day, huh? Who knows? You know?
Next match here on Elevation, tag team action. Carly Bravo and Dean Alexander will take on the team of TH2.
This is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring at a combined weight of 377 pounds, Jack Evans on Helico, the Hybrid 2.
You're not going to find a more athletic team in all of AEW than the Hybrid 2, Paul. They, Jack Evans and Helico can really go.
Absolutely. I love the combination of the high flyer and the submission specialist in Angelico.
Evans and Helico is a team very prolific, very seasoned, and they got the work cut out of them here with a couple of young kids.
Their opponents had a combined weight of 431 pounds, a team of Carly Bravo and Dean Alexander.
All right, we need to talk about this. Carly Bravo, Dean Alexander, students of the Nightmare Factory, and they were at ringside when we all saw what went down at the hands of QT, Aaron Solo, Nick Camarado, and Anthony Ogogo. They have chosen sides. These two kids did not. They did not choose sides. At least they didn't go on QT's side, put it that way.
That's probably a smart move on their part. Right now, when you're green, the best thing to do is keep your head down, your mouth shut, and your eyes open.
QT side is now known as the Factory. Not the Nightmare Factory, but the Factory. So, you know, it's a riff that has sent really shockwaves not only through AEW, but really through the Factory, if you will. The Nightmare Factory or the Factory, or at least the kids who have trained.
Well, anytime, it's like a divorce, you know. When the parents get divorced, the kids end up taking the punishment. The kids, you know, don't want to choose sides, but they choose sides. That's what's happened with the students here, you know, which is really an impactful bad thing for the students. You know, the students should be working on their careers,
right,
developing their characters in the ring, and then they've got this other drama going on.
Yeah, drama's right, man. And Helico.
I love Helico. He just shows off. You know, he's got that long, lean frame, which gives him a lot of leverage and a lot of holds. And he just isn't afraid just to showcase all that knowledge.
Plenty of knowledge. He and Jack Evans, 4 times AAA World Tag Team Champs. Carly Bravo up top, nicely done. Deep arm drag takeover.
Nice arm drag.
Well, boy, Jack just one step ahead of him that time.
That was such a veteran move Angelico did. That's funny.
And once you get on the mat, that's where Angelico can really take you to school, so to speak, if we're talking about training in schools and factories.
Yeah, this is a good experience too for Carly Bravo. You know, and this is that veteran move. You see Angelico go over, taunt the opposing corner.
Right.
You know, Jack Evans is doing his thing as a good partner. Be it behind the referee's back, which is a little shady, but, you know, you got to get the work done, you get it done. Jack Evans, of course, you know, he comes from up around Calgary where those dungeon shooters are up there. So even though we always talk about Jack Evans' high flying ability, he's also got a deep background in some submission holds. And there we go.
Wow, how about that?
That's an incredibly athletic move, and that's just him showing off, which is, I get he also went for a pinfall cover, which is great, but he was also intimidating, you know, to Dean Alexander.
Let's take a look once again. It looked like it was going to be a standing moonsault, but he just kind of spun in midair. And
threw a twist in it for a little bit of flavor.
And there you go.
Nice knee to the chin.
Carly Bravo holding his own here. Boy, Jack is just so light on his feet.
Very light on his feet. That little hesitation is what messed up Carly Bravo charging the corner. I think Carly Bravo was expecting something different, and that little hesitation made Carly misstep, and there you go.
And Jack with a back-spinning soul kick, if you will, just kind of improvising as he goes. And that's one of the things, that's one of his trademarks. So you're looking right into the cartwheel to a back elbow, and there goes Jack Evans up on top. How about that for some balance?
Athleticism. And that's the thing, too, about Jack Evans is he's very hard to predict where he's going in the ring because, honestly, Tony, I don't think he knows where he's going.
Sure.
You know, that kind of make it up on the go kind of fly thing makes it a very eccentric offensive talent to deal with.
And Carly Bravo, no man's land tag, and Helico will come back in. Frank Gastineau is your referee. This is Elevation, where we like to showcase some of the young up-and-coming stars, or stars that maybe are in their formative years. And right now, Dean Alexander, Carly Bravo being taken to task here by TH2, and Alexander's finally going to come in. He better keep his eyes up. Boy, he did that time. Great lariat, another one. Make it 3, and down goes Jack Evans.
He comes in with a ball of fire. I like that.
What's he going to do now? Well, he's turning his back, and that's a critical mistake. Jack was still in the ring that time, Paul, and there goes Carly Bravo over the top.
Well, that's just, you know, unfortunately for Dean Alexander, that was just what we call a rookie mistake. That's not ring awareness. Here we go right now, and Helico tying Dean Evans up in a knot.
Yeah, that's his Navarro death roll.
Navarro death roll. That is an excruciating, painful submission.
Wow, and that is it, man.
Here are your winners, the Hybrid 2.
Jack Evans and Helico win their second tag team event here in 2021. I like what they bring. I like the combination. I like the difference in styles. I think they really, really complement each other well, Paul.
There's that Navarro death roll, and Helico's got it locked in. He's got the ankle locked and the upside down figure 4. You know, there's nothing you can do with that except tap out and get out and watch the tape.
Winners, TH2, and right now, let's send you to Dasha Gonzalez.
Thunder Rosa, last week Diamante had some pretty bold statements for you. She said you don't represent her as a Latina.
Whatever.
And that you have a huge target on your back.
Well, yeah, duh, girl. Of course Thunder Rosa has a huge, well, you can't see it, but she has a huge target on her back because I'm not only one of the best in AEW, I'm one of the best in the world. Hay una razón por la cual a mí me dicen la mera mera. And that doesn't mean that it's because it's just a gimmick. I live la mera mera lifestyle. And that is, I train hard, I coach, I fight for what I want and what I deserve. And like you said, señorita, last time, la dura diamante. That is your time, is your opportunity. Well, la dura, aquí está la mera mera esperándote a ver cuándo te dignas a venir al ring conmigo. Because, you know, as a general consensus, after you put that statement out there, Twitter went crazy and they're like, yeah, we want to see Diamante versus Thunder Rosa. Pero adivinen qué, muchachos, aquí en AEW le damos lo que ustedes quieren. And like I told you, Diamante, I am ready whenever you want.
Next on Elevation, we've got Orange Cassidy versus John Schuyler.
Stop. The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from wherever, weighing whatever, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
I just love this guy, Tony. I really do. His just lackadaisical, whatever's whatever, man. You know, his chillness is so deceptive. So deceptive. Because when those hands go in the pockets, business picks up.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you, can you explain him? But it's deceptive. That's the word, right?
It's all, yeah, it's all deceptive. At this stage of the game, you get a veteran like Orange Cassidy in there. Everything he does is a misdirect. He's like a magician. You think he's not paying attention. You think he's not aware of where he is in the ring. He's aware.
opponent from Columbia, South Carolina, weighing 214 pounds, John Schuyler.
There's John Schuyler. Now, John Schuyler still looking for his first win in singles competition here in AEW. And I can tell you right now, we've been very impressed with John Schuyler. He's been down for a time with a torn ACL last summer. He's made a quick return, which is great to see him. And great contrast in styles here. Of course, you know, Paul, anybody has a contrast in style to Orange Cassidy. And there you see Chris Statlander as well, who made that shocking return during the...
Boy, was that ever shocking.
Was it ever, yeah.
This is a wrestling show. Let's wrestle.
Oh, man. Okay.
John Schuyler, all right. I like that fellow South Carolinian. And Orange Cassidy is not having it.
Well, he was going to go to the pockets, I think, which is...
Now, look how frustrated John Schuyler is right now. You know, you would have to say point advantage to Orange Cassidy.
Okay, he's going to put the old elbow pad on here.
All right, you want to wrestle. Here we go. I like it. Let's see what John Schuyler's going to get out of this.
He can do it, man. He can do it. Schuyler just letting the crowd here. Yeah, there you go. Man, I saw that coming. Oh, he went to the pockets again, and Schuyler.
Good for Schuyler. I like it. That's the best way to deal with someone like Orange Cassidy. He wants to do the pose. Oh.
It's not that easy.
No, it's not that easy. I agree with you right there to try to keep him at bay. Look at this, to a backslide. Got him over. And Bryce Remsburg counted a 2. Good. Standing switch kind of that time. Snapmared him over. Well, look how quick he is. 1, 2, and a 2 count.
Oh, man, Orange Cassidy can just frustrate you to no end.
Yes, he can, and he's had some big wins here in AEW. Look at the agility. He's going to put those hands in those pockets. And he can out-wrestle you with his hands in his pockets, and that's what he's showing.
And just the way he does it, it's just like this is no big deal. I love the way he presents that, the way his presence is just, this is easy. This is so easy for me to do.
Watch out, here he comes, hits the far ropes. John Silver with a spear from the outside. 1. That's a hell of a counter move that time.
Yeah, John Schuyler saw that coming.
I said Silver, didn't I?
Yep.
Okay, so I meant John Schuyler. There is a John Silver, by the way.
There is. I actually did a great interview with him.
You sure did. Are we having fun now?
I like the intensity John Schuyler's trying to bring to this
match.
I
do too, man. I think, again, Schuyler had, you know, a lot of his last year was taken away, and he's got best friends to contend with, Chris Statlander to contend with.
I love that. I love that full swing through body slam. Nothing sucks yet. Nice cover. Nothing sucks yet.
Here's a cover 1.
Well, if it doesn't work the first time, try it 2 more times. I like it.
Now, I know you're a South Carolinian, and he graduated from the University of South Carolina in Columbia with a degree in education. So he's a Gamecock.
He's a Gamecock. You know, my cousin was a Gamecock. He was actually played for the Gamecocks football.
Okay, so, you know, either in South Carolina, you're a Clemson Tiger or you're a Gamecock.
You're either a Gamecock or a Clemson Tiger.
Yeah.
If you really want to be ostracized, say you're a Georgia Bulldog fan.
Oh, easy now. How about Presbyterian? Into the ropes. Look at the agility here. Crisscross. Don't see many of those these days. That's a great one. Ducks out of the way. He just holds on to it into a DDT.
He makes it look so easy, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Effortlessly. Pick up, beach break, got him. That should about do it, and it does.
Yeah.
The winner of this match, freshly squeezed, Orange Cassidy.
You know, when you look at Orange Cassidy and his style, that lackluster attitude he seems to present, at the same time, he's like a chess player. Nice swing through, tilt-the-world DDT. And there's a beach break.
That's it. Your winner is Orange Cassidy. And as Excalibur would say, you got to give the people what they want.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to this week's look at our AEW Rising Star, the one and only Captain, Shawn Dean.
Later on this month, we embark on a new journey that is All Elite Wrestling. But if it wasn't for a promotion like this, developing young and upcoming talents that indeed will debut for AEW, we would not exist.
I didn't know how long it would take, but I knew that I was going to be one of those guys. I joined the Navy right out of high school. September 11 had just happened. It was a lot of uncertainty going on in America, and at the time I just felt like I had to do what I could for the country. So I spent a couple of years in the Navy, and that's when I really grew up. You know, the Navy taught me a lot about the core values of honor, courage, and commitment, and it helped me develop into the man I am today. Taking those values is really being dedicated to the process, going through all the avenues, every possibility that you can go through before you call it quits. And at the end of the day, there really is no quits. You know, you have to see it through until you reach that goal. And I just learned that from that whole time that I was in the Navy. Once I left out of the military, I still had the desire to play football. I went to college, joined the football team as a walk-on, and that's when I decided that I wanted to go a step further, and I felt I was good enough to play on a professional level, and that's when I went and started playing arena football in Chicago. About 2015, I was done playing arena football, and I still had a desire to compete. When I first started professional wrestling, I was around 29 or 30 years old. I started out locally in Chicago, but unfortunately, I just wasn't getting enough reps. It wasn't until I started researching places to train in Atlanta that I really felt like that would be the best way for me to get to the next level. And I have no family in Atlanta. My daughter was still in Chicago, but I knew I had to do this for myself so that later on, I can provide the life for my family that they deserve. One day I just left, and when it was all said and done, I had about $20 to my name for almost a month until I got my first paycheck from my job down here to survive on. This was it. Failure was not an option at that point. Gear always ready to go. You know, whether I was getting paid $5, $50, or whatever, $20, whatever, it didn't matter to me. I just wanted to prove that I belonged here. I felt like I was really hitting that stride. I felt like I was getting bookings left and right, and then pandemic hits. You just feel like that dream that you were so close to getting is kind of snatched away. You just read the tweet?
Yeah.
Okay. This tweet is from Tony Khan. Thank you for your service to the USA, and thank you for everything you've done for AEW to help us thrive through the pandemic. Your consistent hard work, positivity, and reliability have made you so valuable to AEW. Now it's my honor to officially welcome you aboard. The captain, Shawn Dean, is All Elite. Before this happened, I had just got fired from my job for coming to AEW a loop before. Anybody else would probably feel defeated, but for me it was a moment of relief because I knew that's not what I was meant to do. And for that to happen a week later, it really solidified everything that I hold near and dear to my heart, and that's just being a hard worker, being kind to everybody you meet, and just always putting in the work. It just shows that once you do all that, it's nothing that can stop your dreams from happening. And this is just something that just really solidifies that for me.
They said that we were next, and now we're proving that we are up next. So make sure you keep watching the journey, keep watching everything that we're doing, because I'm letting you know right now, just getting started.
Now, do you copy that?
Up next here on Elevation, big singles match. Danny Limelight goes one-on-one with Konosuke Takeshita.
Mi gente!
It's the radioactive Bobby back of Bobby you've been warned.
This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 175 pounds, the radioactive Poppy, Danny Limelight.
We are really excited to have Excalibur with us, especially have Excalibur intro the match. Thank you, Excalibur.
Hey, always great to be here, Tony. Actually, it is great to be here because this is my first time here on Elevation working with Paul White. Cannot tell you how happy I am here.
I'm happy to have you. I'm honored to be sitting next to you.
Settle down, guys.
No longer just a disembodied voice whispering in your head.
Exactly. What's this guy talking in my head?
And his opponent from Osaka, Japan, weighing 231 pounds, Konosuke Takeshita.
Wow, we're looking forward to this debut here in AEW.
Yeah, I really like the looks of Takeshita.
Takeshita is a well-traveled veteran, though only 25 years of age, has been actively recruited to be a part of pro wrestling since he was about 12 years old. Kind of similar to the first ever AEW Women's World Champion, Riho.
He's got a good look about him, he does.
A lot of confidence, and he's a man that actually our own Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, back when Kenny competed in DDT, he said Takeshita.
You can say
Easy for you to say.
You can say
Takeshita was the future of DDT, and Takeshita actually lived up to that reputation, becoming a 4-time King of DDT champion. Now making his debut here on Elevation against Danny Limelight.
Yeah, you know, wrestling Japanese wrestlers, nothing new for Danny Limelight at all. He has had extensive background wrestling in Japan. And, you know, Paul, you've had a chance to interview Danny that's going to air on one of the future episodes here of Elevation. He's got a great story. He really does.
He's got a tremendous story. And when you get to sit down and talk to Danny, you really see what makes him special and unique is the heart he has. The heart he has for this business. The heart he has why he's doing it. He's doing this for his little girl.
Sure.
You know, he's a single dad, and he's doing the best he can. And, you know, I have a lot of respect for Danny Limelight. I love the match they're having so far. There's been a real competitive and an actual wrestling match.
Yeah, Takeshita.
Wow, nice athleticism.
Oh, look at this, Danny Limelight.
Danny.
Almost got it. Got a 2 count that time. Takeshita got out of it. And a roll-up. I'll get the name right in a minute, too.
Bit of a standoff here.
That's right.
Takeshita and Danny Limelight. Very even coming out of the gates here. Takeshita with the experience edge over Danny Limelight.
Danny's talking a little trash now, this close. You know, Takeshita I like. He's just calming it down, keeping his composure, not getting rattled.
Takeshita's competed on the big stage in Japan many times before. Recently at Budokan Hall, big.
Wow,
leg lariat there.
That
leg lariat would have hit me in the forehead.
A lot of different promotions. Japan, he's been wrestling with the DDT promotion, correct?
Yeah, that is his home promotion, but he's branched out into All Japan Pro Wrestling, as well as, I believe, Pro Wrestling Noah. And now, Takeshita.
Wow, how about that, man?
Elevating, no pun intended, to hit that big clothesline on Danny Limelight.
Yeah, he's feeling it now.
Takeshita, of course, because he's wrestled primarily most of his career in Japan, doesn't have a... Oh, big sit-out senton there.
About that.
Hooks the far leg. But he doesn't have a ton of international experience. He's had a couple excursions to the US, the UK, but he has wrestled quite a few of the Western wrestlers that have come over to DDT, our own Sammy Guevara and Colt Cabana included. Takeshita actually made his debut against El Generico. Blast from the past, man.
Limelight now. Radioactive Poppy with a double stomp on the back. Here he has a cover again. 1, 2. A 2 count. Danny Limelight, 5 years in the business. And he's been a quick learner. There's no snapmare takeover here. And an elbow drop. Takeshita. Wow, gets kicked in the back.
Kick by Danny Limelight.
Yeah, how about that, man?
That's that martial arts background from the Marine Corps, sinking that kick into the back.
Oh, boy.
That one in the chest.
Sending Takeshita to the back. Knife edge chop. Back elbow. Oh, man.
Wow. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called a chop.
Using his size, effectively ripping the chest of Limelight there.
Yeah,
Wow. He brought that in. Look how he brings this thing in. It is so solid and snug.
Danny just fires right back. Limelight goes to the eyes that time.
Not a bad move. I'd rather do that than get in a chopping contest. Yeah. Well, actually, I would be happy to be in a chopping contest.
I think that kick to the back between the shoulder blades kind of woke up Takeshita there.
Radioactive Poppy needs to get serious here and stay focused.
That's right, man. Serious is
dance after you get your hand raised.
Oh, swinging DDT. How about that?
Is that swinging DDT or swinging neckbreaker?
Yeah, neckbreaker there by Limelight.
How about me? I got it right.
Radioactive Poppy looking good here.
Look at that, swinging neckbreaker. Oh.
Coming over the top into the pin here.
1, 2, and a 2 count. Now he looks at him as if to say, what can I do next?
Well, stay on him.
Yeah, you know
what?
what?
You got an international superstar like Takeshita in there. You've got to stay on him.
Now he's trying to, look at that, trash talking him. Slapping him in the face. This may not be a good move. Yeah, not wise at all. Takeshita, I think, may be bleeding. Am I right?
Oh,
the ear? I'm not so sure.
But he's firing back some heavy shots against Limelight.
Yeah, Limelight. Well, tried a thrust kick that time. It found its mark.
Put on the brakes. Oh, Limelight.
Oh man, again a stiff kick.
Coming through. Wow! Huge Blue Thunder bomb. Wow. Konosuke with a huge opportunity here.
Let's see what he can do, though, to follow it up because Limelight is in trouble. Both men slow to get to their feet here.
I'm really liking Konosuke. He's really showing me a lot of guts right here.
Takeshita now ahead of steam. Oh, big running.
A hell of a kick there, and he follows it up. The sheer drop brainbuster. Hooks the legs deep.
Oh, he got
that
him.
was close.
Referee Mike Posey.
Yeah.
Konosuke's pretty smooth. You know, this is my first chance seeing him work, and I'm really, really impressed with him.
This is a hell of a debut, man.
Yeah.
And he's going against a hell of an athlete, too, to do this.
Got the waist lock cinched in.
Well, he just powered his way out, just beat his way out of that waist lock.
Oh! No back down in Danny Limelight, though.
Oh, man. We got a fight on our hands, guys. Look at this.
Good for Danny Limelight. He's stepping up.
Oh, my God. Wow. Takeshita hits the far rope. Danny Limelight follows him in.
Whoop, swinging a miss there. Danny Limelight. Oh!
What a power bomb, and he kicks out.
Good fight by Danny Limelight.
He was high above the ring and got brought down the hard way.
Definitely. He was up in the chandeliers and got yanked down.
Great match. Let's take a look at this power bomb again, man. I like how he threw him up in the air down on his own shoulders, and still Limelight came out of it. Boy, these two young competitors manning up here now.
I like Konosuke's poise.
Yeah, good call, man.
Very much in control of what's going on.
Limelight.
Coming over the top.
Oh, look at this. I don't know. I mean, Mike Posey now calling for the break. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish there.
Well, he's trying to stun.
Yeah, and he did a good job of stunning him.
Off the top, the DDT spikes him.
Nails it.
Hooks the far leg.
1, 2.
Oh!
Konosuke kicking out deep. Wow, he had to pull from deep inside to get that one.
That's his move. That's his primary weapon.
That's springboard DDT.
Wow, let's take a look again, man. Look at this.
Great athleticism, great execution. Konosuke straight on the top of the head.
Don't get too frustrated.
Probably stay in the game, Danny. Stay in the game.
Danny Limelight with the Cazadora. Brought on his feet. Big elbow strike.
Whoa, you're not kidding. The big elbow strike and a spinning discus lariat that time.
Danny Limelight was out on his feet with that.
And now the chance. Could be seeing the German suplex. Limelight had it scouted, rolls through. He's got it to hooks deep. Oh, the wheelbarrow into the German. 2, 3.
With a bridge.
Wow.
The winner of this match, Konosuke Takeshita.
Takeshita is making his AEW debut and was very, very impressive, to say the least.
An extremely impressive way to make his elevation debut, to make his All Elite Wrestling debut.
Here it is again, Paul Ford roll, and then take a look at him coming out of it with this.
Look at the power and the bridge. Look at Kateste's nose is on the mat. That bridge is so deep.
Konosuke Takeshita is your winner, and it's always good seeing you, big guy.
Always great to be here. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Whoa, what's up with these cameras here? Do you have a YouTube skit show now too, Sonny?
Dude, no, where were you? I was looking for you.
You wouldn't believe this. There was these two girls up there. They said they wanted to suck on my nipples.
Suck on
I'll
your
be right
nipple?
back.
Dude, no, we have a match coming up soon.
I'll be 10 seconds.
Joey, we have a match against Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. We have to go now. Come on, let's get ready.
Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page?
We have to
I thought we were wrestling the two guys from Puerto Rico.
No. We have to, come on, let's go. Let's go, come on.
Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, those girls can wait. I'm coming for you guys right now, and I'm coming hard.
Back to tag team action coming up next. We'll see FTR along with Tully Blanchard in tag team action. The former champs will take on the team of Jay Lyon and Midas Black.
This is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Asheville, North Carolina, at a combined weight of 443 pounds, Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, FTR.
Wow. Tully Blanchard and Wardlow out with the Pinnacle's top tag team, FTR.
That Wardlow's impressive, and you just look at him. Confidence and swagger out there with Tully Blanchard and FTR. That's a pretty serious gang of individuals right there, and I use the word gang seriously.
Yeah, they are. They really are. And I think that we know for a fact now that the Inner Circle is back. And the issue is far from being resolved. Here's Justin.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 395 pounds, a team of Jay Lyon and Midas Black.
You know, I gotta appreciate that. Jay Lyon has roar written on the back of his trunks. You know, on the back of my trunks, it tended to roar every now and then when I had the wrong kind of food.
Yes, I remember that distinctly many years ago.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It sure is. Okay, well, listen. Harwood, Wheeler, FTR, 15-1 in tag team matches. 36 straight weeks either in the top 5 or as world tag team champions in AEW. They are not the champs right now, but they are one of the most dominant teams in all of pro wrestling. Is Lyon going to wrestle with that steak in his mouth?
I don't know, but you know, I appreciate the integrity, but here's the thing, you're in one of the most competent, serious tag teams in AEW right now.
Yeah.
You know, this might not be the time to clown around.
No.
Jay Lyon's in trouble now.
Yeah, he knocked his mane right off.
Just like that, the mane's off.
There you go.
He's shy.
He's gonna have to cover his face till he's got the mask back on.
You know, this guy might be a teacher. You know, maybe he's trying to keep his professional integrity.
Yeah, maybe so. Well,
that's not the approach to do with FTR. Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, they're not the guys to come in playing around with.
I got the mask back on, and boy, Dax the Axe had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Now he's going to crank that side headlock and just rub that mask right in Lyon's face.
Lyon, 3 years, only 3 years pro wrestling experience. Midas Black on the outside, 2 years. So very inexperienced team here. When you talk about Dax and Cash and Tully Blanchard on the outside and their big enforcer. You know, we got Blood and Guts coming up in the month of May 5th. And that challenge was laid down by Chris Jericho. And you talking about an explosion. The Pinnacle and the Inner Circle. Look at this pickup. That's going to be an explosion.
You know, Dax is just so smooth in the ring. He's just got such a great full-around pro wrestling game. You know, there's no seams in anything that either Cash Wheeler or Dax does in the ring. They are just one of my favorite tag teams in AEW to watch perform.
Oh, man.
Physical, in shape, and they understand who they are and what they bring to the game. And you got a mentor like Tully Blanchard ringside, you know, the deviousness that man has in his brain, he's forgotten more than I'll ever know.
Tully Blanchard has been a great U.S. champion, a national champion. He has been a great World Tag Team champion, television champion. Oh my God, right now, Dax the Axe is just doing what he does best, and that is assaulting a guy in the corner.
He's chopping meat.
Yes, he is.
Jay Lyon takes that mask off, he's gonna look like that steak he had in there earlier.
What a combination.
Just look at the serious. Just look at that attitude, the intensity with the elbow drops, the fist drops, the cover. Just grinding his face in the mat. He's pinning him by his head, Tony. Pinning him by his face. It's one way to keep the shoulders down. If you can hold the head down, the shoulders can't come up.
Well, the pinnacle with MJF, Shawn Spears, and of course, FTR, and this man, Wardlow, and then of course, Tully. Little paintbrush for good measure. And Midas Black wasn't helping matters out here at all.
He's stuck on the outside. He's frustrated. Poor Jay Lyon right now is rethinking what his life choices right now in the ring with those guys.
Absolutely. Maybe he was thinking about that when the bell rang.
True.
Because he got his mask torn off and the steak ripped out of his mouth.
You know, we've heard the saying about open up a can before, but...
Wow, great. How about the handspring off of the near side rope that time?
Pretty impressive.
And caught a knee on Dax.
Jay Leon has some athletic ability. Now he needs to get a tag, get his partner in.
Midas Black.
Get Midas Black in.
He got
Change the pace a little bit. There you go.
Here comes Midas Black. Chopping away.
Nice European uppercut.
There you go. Head of steam, and Dax waiting on him. Good reversal pickup and a brainbuster suplex.
Those guys are just too smooth.
They just know how to execute their moves. Everything is so sharp.
There's no wasted. There's nothing that FTR does in the ring is wasted. Everything means something. And that's what makes them so good.
There, a throwback. Here's a pickup. Oh, man.
Good effort by Midas Black.
2, 3. The Good Night Express.
FTR.
FTR wins its 16th match with only one defeat here in AEW.
I was going to say, Tony, usually the lion's the king of the jungle and the lion always eats, but not when FTR's around.
Not tonight. You are exactly right, my friend. Take a look at this again. Great teamwork.
Look at that pile driver. It bounced Midas Black up out of the pile driver. That's the kind of impact it stuck with.
Another win for
tag team.
FTR. Next matchup here on Elevation, Pac and Ray Phoenix. They got a World Tag Team title match coming up on Wednesday. But tonight they're going to take on Barry Morales and Andre Montoya.
This is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 392 pounds, the Bastard Pac and Ray Phoenix.
Gotta love this matchup right here. I love Pac and Ray Phoenix.
I do too, man. I just think that Pac may be pound for pound one of the best athletes I've ever seen in the ring.
Oh, incredible amateur background. He does it all A to Z. But what else he's got going for him is he's mean, and he enjoys being mean. And to get to the top, being mean helps.
It's at a combined weight of 341 pounds, the team of Barry Morales and Andre Montoya.
Morales and Montoya have to go, and this is not a good place to be because coming up Wednesday on Dynamite, on TNT, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, Pac and Phoenix, Ray Phoenix, have their shot at Tag Team Gold against what is now one of the most talked about tag teams. They've been one of the most talked about tag teams for a long time, but even more so, we're talking about the Young Bucks based on what happened at the end of Dynamite live on Wednesday. Oh!
Look at Ray Phoenix just sinking that in. He's not playing that game. No, 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 not today.
So many great high flyers, and we're going to see a couple of them go at it on Dynamite. We're talking about not only Ray Phoenix, but we're talking about Nick Jackson. Look at that. Ducked out of the way, midsection. Stepped on the back of the heel that time to get him down to one knee.
And he threw that nice right jab in right in the side of the jaw. Well, Ray Phoenix just walking right up, and Barry Morales is just taunting him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in your face. What are you going to do about it?
Blind tag was made. Morales up top as Montoya goes down low. Pick up, and oh, boy. Over the top, Huracan Rana, and a step up.
And here comes the vicious dog right here.
Boy, oh, boy.
Barry Morales getting out of town, probably a smart move.
Montoya goes down. Boom. Stereo thrust kicks that time. Oh, look at that, right to the Young Bucks. You know what's on their mind, World Tag Team title shot Wednesday.
Yeah, they got tag team gold on their mind right there. That was a message. Young Bucks better be focused and ready, or these guys are going to take their titles.
I agree, man.
Look how vicious Pac is, just stomping on the back of the head, you know. Poor Andre Montoya.
And here's how vicious Pac is. I mean, take a look at how strong those legs are, okay? And he recently had an injury, an ankle injury, and he's just battled through the pain.
Well, it's not he's battling through the pain, but another thing, too, is he's in such tremendous shape, he's going to heal faster.
Okay.
You know, and that's
Good
the
point.
thing. Circulation's better, the strength is better. He knows how to rehab himself, take care of an injury, and get vicious double drop kick. Is that a shotgun drop kicks?
From
right to that either side.
Yeah, and Montoya was rocked that time, so Ray Phoenix going to help out to get Morales in.
Yeah.
Oh, Montoya barely can make a tag.
Montoya needs a roll cage inside of that mask for that.
Oh, man. A discus forearm or elbow shot, if you will.
Ray Phoenix is just so versatile.
He can do
Look
anything.
How fast he is.
The speed, he hits either side of the ring, and here he goes.
Oh, that looked like a...
I don't know what you call that. It looked like just a knee strike in the back of the... Oh, man.
I think that was a foot, and it tore poor Barry Morales' chin off.
So I wonder, look at it, are they sending another message here? Just
Absolutely. They're imposing their will, Tony.
Yeah.
That's what's going on here. They're not trying to get a pinfall. They could have probably executed a pinfall. Right now, they're playing with their food.
Yeah.
They're sending a message.
And the message right to Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks.
Poor Barry Morales and Andre Montoya just got caught up in the wrong place right now.
But unfortunately for the Death Triangle, it seems like the Elite, the Bullet Club, as we saw at the end of Dynamite, back together. So there's trouble brewing and answers that need to be made, and we'll find out coming up on Wednesday night, I'm sure. And we may see new tag team champions as well. Snap suplex.
God, the torque that Pac turns into that snap suplex. I mean, he yanked poor Barry almost out of his boots.
One of the great athletes in all of wrestling is Pac. And here comes Montoya. Andre Montoya just swinging for the fences here. Don't turn your back. Oh, and there you go. Made a mistake.
You definitely don't turn your back on those two.
Oh, handspring.
Nice.
Pair of back elbows that time. Great move that time, and great execution. Oh, there goes Morales. Or from the top, make that. Montoya still in the ring, and Morales came off what looked like a senton.
Don't count these guys out.
No, man.
They're still in the fight. Montoya's trying to get it going,
Yeah, Pac one step ahead, caught the boot that time, and just now.
Just such a tremendous athlete, controlling the tempo.
Oh, man,
Kick
great
to the
teamwork.
back of
Look
the
at
head.
this.
Oh!
What a kick. Oh!
You know, Tony, I'm sorry, that looked like an assassination.
Oh, my gosh, that was amazing. And look at this, Morales sent over the top by Pac. Great athletes, great tandem work, great teamwork.
Pac is just so explosive. The way he transfers all that energy so quick.
Picks up Montoya, double stomp on the back of the head. They still got him up, and another kick to the other side. And again, it picks him up, and a power bomb. And now Ray Phoenix up on top. I'm telling you,
They are sending a message.
They could be your next World Tag Team Champions easily. 1, 2, 3.
You notice during this match, Tony, the whole time they're looking at the hard camera. They're sending a message.
Here are your winners, the Bastard Pack and Rey Fenix.
Right to the Young Bucks. And again, not making a prediction, I'm going to say this again, they very well could be your next World Tag Team Champions, Paul.
They definitely have the talent and the ability.
And gigantic splash. Frog splash, if you will.
Ray Phoenix draping that leg across the neck, that leg hook deep. That was the pin.
A little tip of the cap to Eddie Guerrero with that frog splash. Pac and Ray Phoenix win it on Elevation.
Up next, we have two young, incredible athletes. Dante Martin versus Baron Black.
This bout is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 195 pounds, Dante Martin.
Love this kid, Tony. What an athlete.
He's amazing. And one of the amazing things about him is he just turned 20.
20 years old.
His opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 210 pounds, Baron Black.
Well, Baron Black is another one of these kids that have trained in the Nightmare Factory or the factory, and they've produced a lot of great athletes. And obviously, here's a guy who was originally trained by Curtis Hughes, the big cat in Atlanta. And Baron Black's got a lot of upside, man.
A lot of upside. Anybody that lists one of his favorite hobbies is cliff jumping, guys, he's in the right sport.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like these two young men going back and forth, leg trip, cover. Little respect for each other. I dig it. 20 years old. You know, I've got jackets in my closet that are older than Dante Martin. Oh, brought that chop. I like that. Send the Thunder. A nice boot to the gut, followed up with a nice chop to the chest.
Now, Paul, I know you're a grizzled veteran. Okay.
Grizzled.
Okay. But you're not as old as you let on, dude.
I like to say I'm young at heart.
There you go.
But when God said, let there be light, I flipped the switch.
All right, then. You know, I have to remember that one.
Yeah. I broke in Arn Anderson.
Oh, my goodness. Whoa!
Nice. Look at the power Baron Black threw out right there. You know, just to be able to catch Dante Martin, counter it, and then give him basically a belly to back.
Goes by the nickname the Emperor. And he just called out at the fans, who's the Emperor? I am. And look at that. Look how he sinks that forearm right into the lower ribs.
Well, that stretches along the obliques. When people understand, digging that elbow in the top of that hip like that makes it hard for the opponent to get his breath. That's the main thing. When you're getting stretched like that, you can't breathe. Nice cover.
Got it. 2 count, floats over. Now got a good cover and almost pinned him.
Almost got a 3 out of that.
Yes, sir. Mike Posey, our referee, right on top of that one. Here's a pickup this time. And an atomic drop that time by Baron Black, looking for his first singles win here in 2021.
Nice old school move. You can tell he was trained by the cat.
Yep.
Big cat.
Tried to spin out of the way that time. Missed the knife edge chop. Whoa! But Dante Martin exploding using the legs that time. And then a drop kick. And sends him over with a Tijeras. You don't want to compliment me for saying Tijeras?
I was just amazed that you got it right.
There's a 2 count. I've been schooled by Dasha and Alex.
I knew how much pressure was on you to get that right, so I just let you have your moment.
Yeah. There's a backstory. I don't have time for that backstory, but needless to say, Dasha kept texting me the other night repeatedly. Oh, look at that.
Wow, what a counter out of it. He actually backflipped himself out of that. Dante Martin. And again.
Wow, how about that, man? He's just so agile.
He's young, Tony. He's young.
And look at the face of Baron Black. Oh, Baron Black says, okay, it's on now, man. Oh, boy, did he walk into that one.
It's on, all right. It's right on your chin. Size 13.
Here he comes. Watch out. Keep your balance. Oh, a 450 off the top.
The winner of this match, Dante Martin.
Really gotta love this Dante Martin. Just his athleticism. You know, he's finding his way. Here on Elevation, he's had some incredible showings. Baron Black letting his temper get the best of him, walked right into that. 450, hooks the leg deep, pro move, 3 count, all done. Great job, Dante Martin.
Dante Martin goes to 6-3 in singles competition.
Bright future for Dante Martin.
We've requested this time to air some grievances, which we've been doing quite a lot lately. But I want to talk about our opponents specifically. I'm going to start with you, Joey Janella. You know, someone for not really having the best singles record. This company decided to roll the red carpet out for you and award you a TNT title match against Darby Allin.
You know, now that you say it, Sonny had a TNT title match against Cody with a not so flattering record either.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
you had to win a grueling ladder match that I saw. I was there.
30
saw
plus
it with
wins.
my own eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yet here I am with an amazing singles record since debuting.
You've never been pinned.
Is that true?
Never.
Is that factual?
It's a factual.
And yet, where's my title shot? Where's his rematch? He came close. Very, very close to taking the title from Darby Allin. Yet, we're not being rewarded. So, like we said, we're going to take anything and everything we want in AEW. And tonight is going to end the same way last week did, with our arms raised in victory.
Get used to it.
All right, fans, up next, can't wait for this. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, with Reba, not Rebel, but Reba, against Sky Blue.
This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Well, a personal favorite of mine. I can't explain why, but she really is.
Well, you don't have to like her personality, Tony, but you have to respect her in-ring ability. You know, she does talk a lot of trash. At the same time, she does back it up. She leads her women's division in multiple categories.
She is absolutely tremendous, and she absolutely knows it. And there is Reba, Rebel.
And her opponent from Chicago, Illinois, Sky Blue.
Only 3 years in the ring, making her AEW debut here, Paul. Sky Blue.
Sky Blue's from Chicago. She holds 3 different women's championships in the Chicagoland area.
All right.
So we'll see how that 3 years stacks up against Dr. Britt Baker.
Britt Baker, whose reputation precedes her, especially after her match with Thunder Rosa, that lights-out match that we saw on Dynamite recently.
Wow, did they blow the lights out? That was amazing.
It was amazing, man. I have to give it to both ladies, especially my friend here, Dr. Britt Baker. She has become just, she says she's the face of the women's division. Of course, she gave herself that name, but she's living up to it.
She's backing it up. Yeah, she really has. And not only is she the face of the women's division, she's setting the bar in AEW. Oh, there's a cover. She's setting the bar in AEW pretty high.
And of course, now the fact that she was ranked number 4, she told us on Dynamite that we would see her here on Elevation. We would see her on Dark and see her wrestle on Dynamite until she moved up in the rankings. She was going to prove it in the ring. Can't argue with that, right?
No, you can't argue with that. Yeah, is she upset that she has to go in the ring and prove it? Does she think she's better enough that she doesn't have to? Wow, nice Matrix move. I like that. But again, to Britt's point, she knows, look, you know what? I'm going to say it, and then I'm going to go out and back it up, and I'm going to do it. You got to respect that.
And she's, as we said, going up against a girl who is only 3 years in the ring. Britt's only been wrestling 5 years in the ring, by the way.
You wouldn't know it with her confidence.
No, you're right. But she's won 9 of her last 12 matches. And Britt hits the ropes. Now she's at the other side. Oh, boy, kicked her right in the knee that time. And a drop kick from down low. And a cover, 1, 2, and a 2 count. Britt Baker had a world title shot January 1st, 2020. It's been over a year. She is seeking, get out of her way. She is seeking her first world title shot. And right now she's taking the low road, slowing things down. And there's Reba right by her side.
It's a smart veteran move. Oh, what's Sky Blue up to here?
Yeah. Britt, oh boy, a big thrust kick that time.
Yeah, sometimes when you're younger, you get impatient. You want the action to continue.
Oh, wow.
It's a great move, Dr. Britt Baker, but get her in the ring and pin her. Can't beat her on the floor. You can beat her up on the floor.
Yes.
But you can't pin her until you get her in the ring.
MD. Remember those letters there, Paul?
I do.
Okay.
What does that stand for?
Doctor of medical
dentistry.
It's dentistry. Yeah, it's a dentist thing.
Yeah. Well, you can tell you and I didn't pay attention.
No, we didn't. But the fact is, it's an amazing story that she is a practicing dentist in Florida, and then comes out and wrestles and is one of the top contenders in AEW. That speaks volumes about her intelligence and her work ethic. It really does.
Or she's got a really big shopping habit and she has to work 2 jobs.
Probably so. Probably a big student loan as well, I would
Probably
say.
big student loans, exactly.
Yeah. And Buddy, she is just browbeating young Sky Blue here. Sky's had enough of it.
Good fire on Sky Blue.
Man, boy, Britt just laying them in here.
Those forearm shivers right to the side of the jaw are snug.
The brakes on. Oh, back elbow. Nicely done by Sky Blue. And Sky Blue rocking the head of Britt Baker. Baker hits the corner, and Blue with a reverse kick that time. And now a cartwheel. Wow, big handspring cartwheel and a forearm shot. One too many times the well. I saw that coming. Man, face first.
Face first in that turnbuckle. That's the thing sometimes when you're younger, you keep going back to that well and going back to that well, and then that well ends up dry.
Absolutely.
A veteran like Britt Baker is going to get that timing, going to read what's coming, and she's going to counter it.
Another thrust kick from Baker, and that one was right in the mouth. She can destroy your dental work and repair you all in 1 month.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say that, I swear.
How about that? Oh, my goodness. Backdrop that time from Dr. Britt Baker, kind of almost like a beach break type maneuver. And what's she doing now? She looks out towards Reba.
Well, is she asking for the glove?
I think she was asking for the glove, and maybe not. Boy, maybe she's not ready for the glove yet.
Nice face stomp.
Cover 1, 2, 3.
The winner of this match, Dr. Britt Baker.
Didn't need the lockjaw. I'm going to go down and talk to her, Paul.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, but that was a statement she made. She didn't need her finish to win. Now you see the doctor in control, imposing her will. She makes it look easy with the big face stomp. The doctor is in, and the doctor's doing business. And now to my very good friend and mentor, Tony Schiavone, in the ring with the one and only Dr. Britt Baker.
Okay, Paul, Dr. Britt Baker said on Dynamite that she would wrestle on Dark here on Elevation until she moves up in the rankings. Another great win, I gotta say, and another way to win instead of the lockjaw.
The doctor is in. And like I said, I'm gonna play by the rules and go by this bullshit wins and losses system and make my way up to the top. So on Wednesday, I better see a nice little update to those rankings, Tony. Thanks.
Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Rebel, not Reba. All right, another win for the doctor here on Elevation.
Up next on Elevation, we have QT Marshall and Nick Camarado versus Andrew Palace and Cole Carter.
is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring at a combined weight of 512 pounds, Nick Camarado and QT Marshall.
Well, the factory. Gee whiz, I don't know where to start with this. And it's well known that Cody and I have been friends of the family. But what QT Marshall did was premeditated. It was out of line.
It's Judas.
And now the factory.
Their opponents had a combined weight of 430 pounds, a team of Andrew Palace and Cole Carter.
And hey, this is not going to take away at all as we take a look at our first look at Andrew Palace and Cole Carter making their AEW tag team debut here on Elevation. This is not going to take away from the fact that Nick Camarado is quite an athletic specimen, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he looks like a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, that full chest, big arms, big shoulders, that wild hair. You know, I don't think he's the guy that I would call if I needed help, unless I was like moving something heavy.
Now, Paul, look at this. The logo you may notice on the back of the trunks is the old Nightmare Family logo that has blue paint on. Oh, that QT tossed blue paint on. I think maybe Camarado did. Tossed the blue paint on the logo during that interview that we saw recently on Dynamite.
You know, whatever's going through QT's head right now, whether he thought he wasn't getting the opportunities he deserved or didn't get the credit that he thought he deserved, but at some point, you know, QT has shifted the dynamic in the Nightmare Factory.
Camarado sends QT in and into the big strong man with a backbreaker.
Look at the power on Nick Camarado. I mean,
Andrew Palace reaching out for his partner, Cole Carter, that time, but nothing doing that time.
You know, I look at Nick Camarado and I can pretty much guarantee he's not a vegan.
Yes, I would think so. Oh, look at that. Look at the strength.
Oh, he put his whole body into that whip. His whole body. All the power transferred, ankles through shoulders, wrists, all the way through.
Speaking of backstabbers, Aaron Solo is out with the team, a member of the factory. Anthony Ogogo is a member of the factory with those body blows, cracking the ribs of Cody.
What incredible punches he's got.
And listen, I'm not going to discount QT Marshall's, or if you want to call him Marshall, fine, but his ability. I mean, he, long time, spent a long time training to become a pro wrestler, Snapmare, and he has had plenty of matches in the independent circuits for years. But now here he is in All Elite Wrestling. Cody brings him in as his best friend, trains with him. They developed the Nightmare Factory together, and then what happens? As you said.
Well, you know the deal, Tony. You got to pick your spots, you know, and that's what QT Marshall did. QT Marshall picked his opportunity, made his separation from the Nightmare Factory to do his own thing. You know, and you got Gogo, who's an Olympic boxer,
right,
crushing the ribs of Cody Rhodes. He picked his spots pretty well.
Wow. Camarado, almost a tag is made, and finally Carter's going to get a chance to come in. But I'm telling you, he's not going to be able to get it out. Camarado's kind of a mixture of Billy Jack Haynes and Bruiser Brody.
Great call.
Man, just take a look. A pickup.
He's all fury and anger right now.
Yes, he is. Wow, and a neck breaker across the knee or across the
upper thigh.
Yeah, the quadriceps. And now, welcome back into the ring, Andrew Palace.
Nice Beal over the top rope by the ears. That's one way to get a guy to go somewhere. If you grab him by the ears, his head's going to follow. Impressive press slam.
Oh, into just a power slam. He could pin him right there. But
he even tags aggressive.
Yes, he does. There it is. It's the Diamond Cutter from QT Marshall. And that is it.
The winners of this match, the team of Nick Camarado and QT Marshall.
And look at Solo get involved there.
Solo's like he's photobombing a little bit.
Here it is again, Paul. Take a look at this.
Such power, explosiveness. Diamond cutter, QT Marshall sent that right in. You gotta admit, the factory is firing on all cylinders right now. What a group.
Anthony Ogogo makes his debut coming up this week on Dynamite. In singles competition, Mike Seidel takes on MT Nakazawa.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from the desk of Kenny Omega, weighing 203 pounds, MT Nakazawa.
Nakazawa, just, I don't know if he's figured out yet that he's actually in a wrestling match. He's bringing his office with him and his apple.
I don't think he really cares. I mean, I don't know if that's Kenny Omega on the other end or not. But here's the fact that Nakazawa has got his work cut out for him in this matchup. And with that in mind, Justin Roberts, you're next.
And his opponent from Clearwater, Florida, weighing 169 pounds, Mike Seidel.
Love Mike Seidel, the yoga master, yoga monster, I'm sorry, the yoga monster. I was always trying to stir up heat between him and DDP on who does the best yoga.
Okay, I don't want to get in the middle of that one.
I just want to stir it up and walk away like a big spoon. Okay. I'll stir it up and walk away.
Got his own yoga mat. Flexibility, notwithstanding. And Michael Nakazawa, or I'm sorry, MT Nakazawa looking from afar. I'm glad he's got his AEW pass on, so we make sure we know who he is.
Yeah, if he didn't have the pass on, he might get thrown out the back.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I don't think Nakazawa wants to try that yoga stuff.
All right, here we go. The assistant to the executive VP, Kenny Omega, Nakazawa, wrestling in khakis. Oh, okay.
Oh, he's got a call.
Got a call.
On the line.
What if he's talking to members of the elite, the new formed elite, or the new formed Bullet Club? Yeah, there you go. Mike say, hey man, we're on time here. Gee whiz.
There must be a lot going on in that Bullet Club.
It must be a lot going on here.
They probably got a huge lunch order. Well, Mike Seidel just getting in his yoga.
All right, this may be one of the damnedest things I've ever seen. And a knife edge chop.
Nice straight shot to the chin.
Oh boy, I don't.
You know what? I'm not even going to talk about
You don't need to do that.
I'm not even talking about that.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yes. I'm a former world champion. I am not talking about that.
Okay.
This is serious.
Oh, my God. The twister. Seidel goes down hard. Nakazawa hitting the ropes. And again, Nakazawa 2-1 in singles competition. 15 years experience in the ring. He got a win last week. Second straight win. That came against Morales. And now trying to make it his third straight win here against Mike Seidel. It's a little simple arm bar that time.
It works.
You're not kidding, it works. Good cartwheel out of the way. Drop kick by Seidel.
That incredible athletic ability we've seen from Mike Seidel before. You know, people say it's a simple arm bar, but there's a reason why it's been around so long. It works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. Drop toe hold. Face first to the middle turnbuckle goes Seidel. Rick Knox, the referee, checking with Seidel on the middle turnbuckle. Here he goes, sliding out. Nakazawa grabbing the legs. Oh no.
He's gonna make a wish.
Yeah, this is not good. Oh man.
This is just a really unorthodox way to attack the tailbone.
Okay, I'm glad you said tailbone.
I said tailbone.
Okay, I just think
whether it's true or not, that's what I'm saying. I'm sticking to it.
There you go. I'll go with you on that one. Just grinding this match to a halt, so to speak.
Absolutely. You know what, Nakazawa was really testing the limits of my play-by-play ability.
I don't think that Seidel was favoring the tailbone when he was getting to a standing position, but maybe just me. Oh, Lord, okay.
The hentai slide.
The hentai,
and no thanks. You know, it kind of reminds me of when you go to a vineyard and you get to step on the grapes.
Okay, and a cover. 1, 2, 2 count.
I'm sure Mike Seidel right now would like a timeout and a bag of ice.
Oh, Seidel coming right back. Nakazawa undaunted. Back and forth they go. Nakazawa showing the fist, forearm blows back and forth. Now it's breaking down. Nakazawa's in trouble. And Seidel's tried to jerk him to the other side.
Nakazawa hooking that top rope.
Okay. And
holding on. Mike's got to light him up, get him to break that hand off that top rope.
Okay, and pick up.
Mike's got him up.
Thought maybe a good Canadian destroyer maybe coming out of that. No, back elbow. Seidel in the jaw. You see Nakazawa's in trouble. Seidel up on top. Moved out of the way. Look at the agility of Mike Seidel. Oh.
That nice matrix duck.
Enziguri kick back of the head. And now let's see what he can follow it up with.
You know, if Nakazawa didn't have all that office equipment hanging around his neck, he might be doing better.
Yeah, and also his apple in that corner, not moving.
Apples, grapes, all kinds of things are going on.
Or I should say MacBook. And again, Seidel connects into a split. Kicks him off his feet.
Have we seen a standing backflip?
Oh, yes, sir. Connected with the knee. 1, 2. No, he got a 2 count only.
Good for Nakazawa. He kicked out on 2. You know, really, Mike Seidel has been really laying it to him.
It looks like that we got some blood here. Is Nakazawa bleeding from the nose? Maybe, I'm not so sure. From the mouth, he is. Oh, he's got his MacBook. And a roll up. 1, 2, 3, and he beats him. Mike Seidel wins it.
Good for Mike Seidel.
The winner of this match, Mike Seidel.
How about that? He was going to use the old MacBook routine into the head. Well, he's going to get it.
And he still used it.
Those things are expensive, man. You shouldn't.
No way. I treat mine a lot better.
Yeah, those things cost $2,500.
$2,500.
MacBook Pros do, absolutely they do. There's your winner, Mike Seidel. Congratulations on the win. And a big win here on Elevation.
I got a Commodore 64.
El Triángulo de la Muerte te está buscando, Young Bucks, porque nosotros somos guerreros animales. Somos guerreros de... Relax, Ray. Young Bucks! I hope you were watching what just happened, because I promise you that it's just a taste of what's to come. Because you see, Pac and Ray Phoenix, we are formidable, and we are starved of opportunity. So on Dynamite, trust me, we're gonna headbutt your face flat, and we're leaving with the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Let's go, Ray.
Up next on Elevation in singles competition, Shauna versus Leyla Hirsch.
This bout is set for 1 fall with a 20-minute time limit. From Nîmes, France, this is Shauna.
It's great to see Shauna back here in AEW. Great international star. Of course, for a time, she was unable to come over here from France because of COVID, but she is back, and she's looking better than ever. But this young lady's got her work cut out for her here, because she's going to face a young lady who is legit. And that's just not a catchphrase.
And her opponent, originally from Moscow, Russia, legit Leyla Hirsch.
And Leyla Hirsch, this young girl with a great amateur background,
Yeah, she's become one of my favorites, Tony. I love her amateur background. You know, when she starts doing her amateur expertise, it's really hard for the other girls to keep up with her.
Difference in experience, Shauna, 15 years in the ring, only 3.5 years in the pro ring for legit Leyla Hirsch here.
Just look at that stance, how aggressive Leyla is. You know, she's got the amateur background. Right away goes to that knee, takes her down. You know, that's so intimidating if you don't have a good, solid amateur background.
Right.
You know, there's not much you can do with it. You know, they always say the shooters will tie you up in a knot, and Layla's got those shooter boots, and that's what she's doing.
Absolutely. You could tell the way she approached it that Shauna was unsure of herself.
Well, it's a different style. Most of us are used to a collar and elbow lockup, tie-up.
Right.
You know, when you've got someone that's trying to pick your ankle or take you down by a knee, like it throws your confidence off because you don't know how to counter.
Great go behind by Shauna, though. Picks her up.
Trying to take Leyla down. Leyla almost blocked it.
Yeah. Leyla, a great switch that time, and almost got a pinning combination out of it. Boy, both these ladies right now, good rollover that time. Got a 1 count.
Well, Shauna's got her veteran experience coming through. She might not have the amateur background that Leyla has, but she's got 15 years of being a professional wrestler all over the world. So that background will also help you in situations like this. Now notice she's smart. She's standing Leyla up, not doing the ground game. Got a nice elbow lock here. Trying to keep Leyla away from that amateur stuff. And Layla's taking her right down for a cover. Layla's working her game. She's trying to keep Shauna on the mat. That's where Leyla wants her. Shauna's not stupid. Shauna's going to try to stand up and keep Leyla locked.
They're chanting legit.
I got to agree.
Yeah.
I'd like to see this young lady get her confidence going and really sink in. I wouldn't turn her back on her shooter.
You know, here's the deal about her. One of the deals about her is the fact that she's not the biggest, obviously.
No.
But she is one of the most intimidating because of her background, because of the way she approaches her match.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. She's got a legit, and that's not to quote her name, but she's got a legit amateur background.
Sure.
So this is something she's working and applying, and that's difficult for other superstars to try to counter. Nice front roll. Leyla going for that arm lock.
Shauna was looking for that tiger suplex, her finisher, but good counter that time, and Shauna goes to the ropes. And Leyla goes right back to the attack. Oh, she walked right into it that time. And now, oh, wow. Don't do that.
The last thing you want to do is make legit match.
Change the complexion of this match. And she got shoved away that time by Shauna, and she's going to chase her outside here.
Well, Shauna's trying to get some.
Oh, wow.
That's a veteran move there.
That
Get
is.
a little distance. You know, if Layla's hot-tempered, let Leyla follow you out there, then cut her off and use the environment to your advantage. That's a veteran move. That's 15 years of experience there, you know. Leyla got a little aggressive, a little upset, and closed the deal. You can't win matches on the floor. Best thing to do is stay in the ring and wait for them to come back to you. Back into the ring railing, that's not a fun place to be.
I say you can't win matches, but you can get hurt out there. And
you can definitely get hurt.
And that's what has happened here to Hirsch. Lower back. Paul Turner, our referee, by the way, here in this matchup. Big knee strike that time. And 1, 2. Little indecisiveness that time on Shauna's part, but she finally made a cover.
Well, I think she thought she caught Leyla a little bit better than she did, and she thought, why not? The object is to win a match. I don't know about the T-shirt strangulation here, if that's a good move.
Wow, that's something we've never seen from Shauna. Look at this. Cross arm breaker that time.
That's locked in.
And she's holding on to the...
She's trying to block it, but you got the thigh strength of Leyla Hirsch right here. This is going to be interesting to see if Shauna can get out of it.
Shauna trying to turn it against her, maybe get the shoulders to the mat. Paul Turner checking in. 1, 2, and... Boy, she almost turned it against Hirsch. And look at showing some power here and just slams her back down. Well, the cross arm breaker had its effect that time, running knee strike again this time. 1, 2, and Hirsch gets away. Wow, great matchup here.
What you're really seeing here is the great amateur background that Leyla Hirsch has, is making her go toe-to-toe with somebody that's got 15 years experience. Nice counter.
Back to
There's the arm bar.
She's got it on.
Shauna's in trouble right now. She's in trouble right now.
She can't hook the arm.
Yeah, she can't hook the arm. That's over.
The winner of this match, legit Leyla Hirsch.
Leyla Hirsch. And she's going to have something to say to Shauna that, boy, this, they're not done. Boy, what started out as a great amateur match.
Got personal real quick.
Really did, man. Another win for legit Leyla Hirsch here on Elevation.
Here with Konosuke Takashita. Hey, I want to thank you so much for joining us here in AEW. Tell us a little bit about why you've decided to come to our company.
God, my ears are bleeding. Marvez, it's Konosuke Takeshita. Look, I speak Japanese. I'll handle it. Get out of here. Neck. Yep. Get on in here. Get on in here. You translate this.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do that.
Are you ready?
Sure.
From the desk of Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega no desk yori.
Welcome to AEW.
AEW へようこそ。
Good to see you again.
また会えて嬉しいよ。
So I don't know if you've heard, but we're doing a little bit of scouting here in AEW.
まあ知ってるかわからないけど今スカウトをしてるんだと。
And the talents that make an impact end up on Dynamite, all thanks to yours truly.
まあインパクトのある選手たちをダイナマイトに出すために俺はスカウトをしている。
And of course, I remember you, my friend. I remember when I came to DDT.
もちろんお前のことは覚えているし、もう DDT の時からずっと知っていると。
I was a nobody in Japan.
俺は日本では何者でもなかった。
But you put a roof over my head.
でも俺の上に屋根を作ってくれた。
You put food in my mouth.
そして俺に食べ物も与えてくれて。
Money in my pockets.
そして俺に金も与えてくれた。
And then I became the star that you see here today.
そして俺は今のようにスターになれた。
So now it's time for you to pay me back.
だから今度はお前が恩返しをする時だと。
So look, I don't know if you've heard, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but these side owls, they've been kind of a thorn in my side.
まあ知ってるか知らないかわからないけど、今サイダルたちが俺らにとってすごい邪魔になっている。
So if you don't mind, my old friend, why don't we teach these kids a lesson?
もしお前さえ良ければ、そいつらをちょっと懲らしめるのを手伝ってくれないか。
What do you say?
わかりました。僕はたくさん試合がしたいし、もちろんケニーさんにも恩返しがしたい。だからケニーさんと組めるなら僕は戦います。
Oh, so no, you got it all wrong. You're not going to team with me. I mean, you're going to team with Nak. Of course. You heard it here first, folks. Konosuke Takeshita and Michael Nakazawa against the Side Owls. Look, it's going to be great, and it's coming at you next week. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Big singles matchup. Brandon Cutler goes up against Penta El Cero M.
This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring from Rancho Cucamonga, California, weighing 192 pounds, Brandon Cutler.
You know, Tony, I really like Brandon Cutler. I like his presence that he has with the dragon mask, the coat. You know, he's got his own theme going. He lives it to the fullest.
And has built quite a following among Dungeons & Dragons fans.
I'm a Dungeons & Dragons fan. I play too.
Okay.
Well, I actually have a character. I have a half stone giant.
How about that?
Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
I did not.
Yeah.
Brandon incorporates his love of the game and his wrestling style and his ring entrance into his love for Dungeons & Dragons. We get it. And there's another story going on here, and it has to do with the Young Bucks and what happened just recently on Dynamite that we want to get into. But right now, let's go back to the one and only Justin Roberts. Take it away, bud.
And his opponent from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing 198 pounds, Penta El Cero Miro.
And here he comes out with other members of the Death Triangle. Hack on the left, obviously, I don't have to tell you that. and Ray Phoenix. Pac and Ray Phoenix have a World Tag Team title shot coming up Wednesday on Dynamite against the Young Bucks, friends of Brandon Cutler. And what the Young Bucks did at the end of Dynamite, it's inexplicable. I can't explain what they did.
Tony, it's easy to explain. They got put in a difficult position where they had to choose. They had to choose over business. They had to choose over the right thing. They had to choose over family. And they chose family.
Okay, I get that. And now Penta El Zero Miro. Did I say that right, Excalibur? Miro. Make sure I get it right, because...
Better get it right. If not, Dasha's going to blow you up with the text.
I know she is, absolutely.
She's got me so terrified, I don't even try to say anything in Spanish. Well, I appreciate it. Usually someone puts the glove on, he takes the glove off.
There you go, a little bit different.
Got it.
Right in the face of Brandon Cutler, and Brandon Cutler has no fear as well, I might add.
Well, he's kind of man all by himself now. There's a pretty dangerous crew sitting around that ring.
You are right, man, with Pac and the one and only Ray Phoenix as they tie up the full arm drag and twist. And twisted right out of it, did.
Nice one-arm handstand all the way through. Brandon Cutler showing that athletic ability. That's the thing about Brandon Cutler, too. He's long and lean. He's got a lot of leverage for things, too. But he's also a good athlete.
Yeah, tremendous athlete. There's no question about that. 15 years ring experience. And he's won 9 of his last 13 singles matches as Brandon Cutler. So he's been pretty hot here in the ring.
Well, yeah, he's getting the work done.
Good momentum, absolutely. Up on top, Brandon. Boy.
Penta saw that coming.
Yeah, looked like a head scissors takeover attempt that time, but Penta was one step ahead. He's such a great veteran.
Oh, Penta, yeah, he's got all that experience, and it's just all sitting there waiting to be used.
And such great ring presence as well. And here goes Cutler now, using that length you talked about, Paul.
Yeah, using those long legs to his advantage. And a nice high jump on that.
Wow, boy. Thrust kick had just staggered Brandon Cutler here.
I want you to notice how hard Penta's working. Penta's in control of this match, and he's controlling the tempo. Brandon's trying to speed the tempo up any chance he can, trying to use his athleticism, trying to use his leverage. And every time he starts to get going, Penta shuts it right down.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to try a tope that time, and then he got kicked for all of his good efforts running across the ring.
In that life, every good effort, you end up getting kicked.
How about that?
Penta going to the top now. Oh, that would have left a hole.
Tried a double stomp that time. Brandon Cutler connects, and Penta again
rolls out.
Rolls
That's
out.
a veteran move. Control the tempo.
Here's a tope suicida that time that connected. Cutler and the back of Penta that time hit the safety rail. Cutler again looked like he hurt himself as well.
And this is a smart move by Penta too. He knew he was in trouble, so he gets outside by his backup. Which Brandon Cutler's got to be real careful about how he executes things out here. Can't turn his back on Pac. Can't turn his back on Ray Phoenix.
Look at Pac just staring at him.
Shouldn't turn his back on Penta either.
No. Oh, and he did. And they were just staring at him, and it got the attention away from his adversary. And how about that one?
It's great how Penta can shift the momentum. You know, right there. And that was a kind of a coordinated group effort to get Brandon Cutler distracted. You know, probably in that situation, Brandon should have rolled back in the ring and stayed in the ring and let Penta come to him. Right now, there's that flip with the back right on Brandon Cutler's chest, just knocked the wind right out of him. And look at Pac, he's just stalking. He's waiting for an opportunity. Sure, he's the nice guy now. He's raising his hands. I'm not doing anything. Don't trust it for a second. Ref wasn't looking, he'd have torn his head off.
Well, he has an opportunity to become a World Tag Team Champion on Dynamite, he and Ray Phoenix. And that is coming up on Wednesday against the Young Bucks.
That's going to be a tremendous lineup. Wow.
They won the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal to get that title shot, and they got the title shot. Look, good standing switch here on Wednesday. Look at Cutler being very agile again this time, coming off the top rope. Cutler with a running lariat. And again, he goes back to the attack. Here's a hook. Vertical suplex, great execution.
And you see how...
2, no.
But you see how Cutler was able to change things and get the momentum working in his favor? Picked up the tempo. He had Penta on the scramble, you know. And what did Penta do? He shut the momentum right back down.
Sure did. He's controlling things as Brandon floats through that time. Penta's got him rolled up. 1, 2, and he didn't pin him.
Good counter move by the veteran in Penta. He knows, he's seen that move a time or two. He knows how to counter it. They have that great Lucha Libre background. They've got a counter for everything.
Pump handle pickup. No, Brandon came out of it that time. And Brandon floats through. DDT got him down. Good move, Cutler with a hook of a far leg and Endo 2 count. Boy, Cutler's so close and he knows it.
He knows it. He can feel it. He's all about to taste victory. It's so close. Right now, Brandon's got to be smart. Keep the control of the tempo.
Oh, he went up top. He wasted a lot of time getting up on top.
Well, I think he was trying to recover, too, because he's still hurting from outside.
I was going to say.
It was real tough for him to get his breath.
There's a pump handle pickup, and he dropped him on his head, 2.
Great kick out by Brandon Cutler. Showed a lot of resilience there.
Yeah.
I promise you Brandon Cutler didn't know where he was after that. That was just gut instinct.
RBI was checking with Brandon after that one, see if he's okay. He is really moving slow here.
Yeah, Brandon's in a lot of trouble. And look at Penta. He's just pacing. He's waiting for Brandon to get up so he can serve him up.
Try to full Nelson. Here's a pickup by Cutler.
Cutler's digging deep.
Yeah, man. And 2. Boy, Brandon Cutler is fighting hard here. Looks like he's bleeding a little bit from the nose here, as you can tell.
Yeah, I think he caught a hard shot. That's why he's a little dazed with that look in his eye.
Right. Aubrey Edwards putting on the gloves here because of the blood. Here's from the top, going up top again. Connected with the elbow. No, turned it around.
Wow.
Submission hold armbar here.
This is
oh my goodness.
I just snapped the elbow. I might have torn the tricep off the bone.
Absolutely. Going to pick him up. This could be the fear factor. It's his package pile driver. He can hit it. It's going to be over here. That's exactly what it is.
And good night, Brandon Cutler.
1, 2, 3. Hell of a battle.
Now, winner of this match, Penta El Zero Miedo.
Well, Brandon Cutler's okay. He took a shot in there, and he was a little dazed through that match. You know, I think if Brandon Cutler hadn't taken that shot, things might have turned out a little bit different for him.
Here's the fear factor again, Paul.
That package pile driver is just vicious looking. You know, folded up like that, all the weight pressure goes right on the cervicals, and it's all over.
And now in the ring, look at the death triangle.
Look how much they enjoy that.
Yeah, man.
They're just like wild dogs.
I bet you the Young Bucks are going to remember that come Wednesday. That's their best friend. But to be honest with you, I don't know what the Young Bucks are thinking anymore, so I shouldn't even say.
I don't know, but they better have their game together facing these two.
Penta is your winner on Elevation.
Up next, the one I'm looking for, Thunder Rosa versus Diamante.
This contest is set for 1 fall with a 20-minute time limit. Making her way to the ring from the 305, Diamante.
Really looking forward to this match, Paul, because we've got 2 women who have been very, very successful here in AEW, and with an attitude and ability going one-on-one in this matchup. Diamante coming in at 18-8 in AEW in her career, and now back we go to Justin Roberts.
And her opponent from the graveyards of Tijuana, Mexico, Thunder Rosa.
You just love to say her name. Thunder Rosa.
She's something else, man. I've known Thunder Rosa for many, many years. She is a tremendous athlete, got a great spark, great fire.
Yeah, she's definitely a ball of dynamite.
And of course, she's coming off that win in that first ever lights out match in Dynamite history last month over Dr. Britt Baker, in one of the most talked about and one of the most
physical.
Yeah, probably one of the most remembered matches we'll have in a long, long time.
Oh, they set the bar super high. I like the Thunder Rosa getting Diamante down with that nice arm bar. Again, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely.
A little bit of hair grab here by Diamante. That's kind of a veteran move.
Absolutely.
Get to that corner, get a break.
Diamante hoping to secure her first top 5 ranking in singles division. So this is how important this one is. I know Tai Conte is #1 ranked, and Hikaru Shida is our champion.
Nice arm drag by Thunder Rosa. 6 in there deep. Look at her ring awareness where Thunder Rosa is. She's where she needs to be every time. Countered that right into an armbar, went for it, trying to get it. Right. Diamante getting to the ropes. The ropes are your friend. Get out, slow the pace down. Veteran move. I like that. Use the ring to your advantage. That's why the ropes are there. Oh, what's...
Drop kick between the bottom 2 ropes that time. Thunder Rosa's got some attitude.
A little bit of flavor there.
Absolutely. She had a couple of big wins at Thunder Rosa over Leyla Hirsch and former AEW Women's Champion Riho in that Eliminator tournament in the U.S. Finals. And she is former NWA Women's Champion. Oh, man.
You saw the poise and confidence of Thunder Rosa, the way she controls the tempo of this match. She's in charge. She's using everything around the ring as a weapon and to her advantage. Laying those thick chops in.
Also, Paul, the fact that she has wrestled in so many different countries. International star is Thunder Rosa. Look at this. Diamante. Oh, over the top.
Did you hear that smack?
Yes, I did. Probably the back of her noggin that time.
There it is. Got to get her in the ring. You can't pin her on the floor, ladies.
Thunder Rosa has wrestled in Mexico, Germany, London, Scotland, Spain, Canada. Let's take a look again. The smack. Man.
What a smack.
Back of the head that time. And Diamante. Boy, this is a very, very important match for both ladies here.
You know, when they're going at it, they know what's on the line. The pressure's there, and they're both stepping up to the plate.
Oh, face buster that time. And a cover. 1, 2, and I'll turn our
Diamante gets that shoulder up.
Boy, she did.
Look at Thunder Rosa going right back to that arm, working that shoulder, working that arm. That's that veteran move right there. Get a body part, work it.
Absolutely. Cranking up on the arm that time. It looks like a pump handle arm pickup. Oh, man, with 4 slams her into the turnbuckle here.
Shoots her shoulder first in the turnbuckle, using that top rope.
Off the rope. Oh, ooh, boy, face first. Diamante with a head of steam. There she goes.
Diamante's still registering that arm a little bit earlier. She can still feel the pain from it.
Well, Diamante really took exception, saying that what Rosa was saying, you know, after that match that she had against Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa was talking about the women's division and talking about trying to empower Latino women in pro wrestling, and it's something that really got under the skin of Diamante. So she's made a challenge to Thunder Rosa.
Well, Diamante took exception to it because she doesn't need Thunder Rosa to step up and speak for her. You know,
understandable.
That's a very competitive division. I get that. You know, but again, at the same time, to Thunder Rosa's defense, her and Dr. Britt Baker put on one hell of a match.
Absolutely should. Oh, boy. Staying with that arm now.
That's veteran. When you see a weakness, attack that weakness. Attack, attack, attack. A lot of the younger people out there watching, younger wrestlers, male and female, should pay attention to someone like Thunder Rosa who's working that body part. It's so important. You're breaking down your opponent.
Thunder Rosa picks her up.
Double underhook.
Diamante still trying. 1, 2.
Diamante right now is struggling to get the feeling back into that hand. Right now, Diamante's running on 3 limbs. She may have 4, but she's only got 3 that's working. That's a disadvantage.
Thunder Rosa again,
nice
man.
forearm shiver right to the throat. Now she's doing those shoulder tackles into the shoulder. Shoulder on shoulder, I guess. Thunder Rosa showing some of her strength and power. Diamante broke it down.
Looked like she was trying to pick her up for that sit-down pile driver of hers.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, boy. Well, there
it is.
Yeah, arm bar. Cross arm breaker, if you will, man. And look how she's got both arms.
Diamante's in trouble. She's got to get to the rope, so she's not going to be able to get out of this.
Yeah, she is scooting for all she's worth here, and she's there.
Great move by Diamante to know the only way to get out of that is get to the ropes. Smart plan by Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
Break down that arm, make it weak, then attack it.
In 2020, which was a trying year for everyone, Thunder Rosa held the NWA Women's title for 277 days. That's quite a title reign.
That's impressive. I don't think of every title reign I've ever had, if you added them up, wouldn't amount to 200 days.
Okay, look at that. Hammerlock takeover that time. Still with the hammerlock and pulling up on him, man.
She's on that. That is so painful. You can hear Diamante scream. She's
Absolutely.
feeling the pain. You got to respect Diamante and her toughness, too. She's not giving up.
No, she turns it around. 1-2.
Turns into a cover.
Absolutely. Well, Thunder Rosa had a pretty good wide vertical base at that time, but still turned it against her. There's a lariat. And Diamante, man, is hurting. She knocked her down with a lariat and not sure what to do next here.
She's still registering that
man.
arm.
Yes.
And she's left-handed, so it's hard for her to strike.
Good.
Shows you how smart Thunder Rosa is.
Absolutely.
Attack her main striking weapon. I'd like it.
Here comes Thunder Rosa firing back midsection blows. Knee strike that time. Other knee strike. Here comes Diamante one more time. Snap suplex takes over, floats over into a penny combination, and a 2 count.
Great cover by Diamante. She hooked that one in deep trying to win it.
And Diamante coming right back here. Man, this is a physical matchup. These two women are just, I'll pick her up. Maybe Canadian Destroyer here. I'm not so sure. Diamante with elbow strikes getting out of it, and a pickup that time into a cutter. And a cover. She's got to roll over to get her. 1, 2, and just barely getting out of it, Thunder Rosa.
I'm really liking what these two are doing. They are really bringing everything out but the kitchen sink. Wrestling, great opponent versus opponent psychology, from intimidation to aggression. Now they just resort to slugging each other in the jaw.
Back and forth they go, man.
They really want that positioning.
Wow. And, oh, wow. She is laying it in here. Diamante was looking for her code red, and Thunder Rosa came out of it. You could see she's just staggering over to pick her up again. Here comes her Fire Thunder Driver. 1, 2, 3.
Great match.
The winner of this match, Thunder Rosa.
What a physical matchup, Paul, between these two women. Man.
Very physical. They knew what was on the line. And that just shows how important the rankings are in the women's division.
Picked her up from the Fire Thunder Driver and set her down. Thunder Rosa now goes to 13-5 here in AEW. Thunder Rosa gets a win, moving up in the rankings in the women's division of AEW. In our featured tag team match, All Ego Ethan Page teams with Scorpio Sky to take on the team of Joey Janella and Sonny Kiss.
This is a tag team attraction set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 391 pounds, the Concrete Rose, Sonny Kiss, the Bad Boy, Joey Janella.
Well, that's a very unorthodox entrance, but it's a very unorthodox team. Second time we've seen this team here on Elevation. And they are a talented duo. All Ego Ethan Page has come in and really made his mark. And speaking of making their mark, here's the face of the revolution.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 433 pounds, a team of All Ego, Ethan Page, and the face of the revolution, Scorpio Sky.
I love what these two have done together here. You know, All Ego Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, finding togetherness.
Yes.
With a huge ego.
How about that?
You know, imagine that. Like finds like.
Yeah.
You know, I just wonder who fights for the mirror with these two in the dressing room.
That's a good question.
Who gets more mirror time? How do they flip a coin? Or is it like a raffle thing? You get the mirror for this amount of time, I get the mirror for this amount of time. You know? If I was an opponent, I would put a mirror in the ring and see if it would distract them both.
It just might. Well, we got 4 very experienced wrestlers in the ring here, and Joey Janella is his own cat. I can tell you that. There's nobody quite like him.
No, I actually like Joey Janella a lot. He brings that little eccentricity to the game. He's a little unorthodox, a little crazy. And at the same time, he's not afraid to get dirty and physical either.
He's had some great wins here in AEW over Ray Phoenix. How about that? Kip Sabian, Jack Evans, Shawn Spears in his past, and he's 2-1 this year, but overall has 11 wins here in AEW, and Scorpio Sky doesn't give a damn about that.
No, Scorpio Sky is not the guy you're going to taunt. All you're going to do is light a fire under him. Oh, man, that's a facial for you right there. Just scrub the skin off that forehead.
And here comes All Ego Ethan Page. What a talented guy this is, and his appearance in the ladder match really shocked everyone, but since he's arrived, he has certainly, again, the record speaks for itself, made a name for himself. 4-1.
What Ethan Page brings to the game is confidence. And when you're starting out being a young talent and trying to identify with the audience, if you don't have confidence in yourself, the audience won't have confidence in you. Nice teamwork. Sonny Kiss, Joey Janella, double hip toss. Scorpio Sky going for a ride. Now Sonny Kiss is going to get to have a little fun.
Yeah, Sonny is one of the most athletic, has a dancing background.
Incredibly flexible, incredibly athletic.
Very strong legs, you can see that. The quads.
Look at that flexibility.
And face first goes Scorpio Sky, and a great teamwork that time. And here's a moonsault after the elbow, and Janella will make the cover. 1, 2, and Page broke it up.
Yeah, even Page isn't going to let that go down. He's on the apron. He sees that down. He's smart enough to break it up.
Scorpio Sky, along with Frankie Kazarian, the first ever AEW World Tag Team Champs, held the title for 83 days. And now he's gone his own way and has Ethan Page as his partner. Meanwhile, Kazarian and Christopher Daniels still together.
Wow. Joey Janella just ate the canvas on that one. Scorpio Sky needs to hook an arm, roll him over, and get a cover on that one.
Trouble here for the bad boy.
Ethan Page not afraid to use his environment to get an advantage. Slinging Joey Janella into that steel railing.
Listen, Joey Janella's been hit by tables and chairs and who knows what. So going into a safety rail is nothing new for him.
No, actually, you know, you're absolutely right, Tony. Joey Janella hitting the steel railing is like you and I getting a morning cup of coffee.
Right. It's just sometimes he absorbs pain seemingly, and it looks like when he's on his last breath, he will come back. Will Joey Janella? It's been one of his trademarks.
Intestinal fortitude. He's like Joe Montana. He's a comeback kid.
How about that? A Joe Montana line. Good reversal by Page, and here comes Sky. Look at this.
I love the teamwork of Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page right now. Keeping Joey Janella in their corner. Cut off from Sonny Kiss. Outnumbered. Just laying the wood right now. Just beating on Joey Janella.
Well, fans will notice this is a much different in many ways, at least the way he approaches the ring. Much different Scorpio Sky than we saw back when he won the World Tag Team Championship.
Now his intensity has really stepped up a level. You know, it's like Scorpio Sky stepping away and coming back now. He's on a mission to set the tone for everyone that he's here in the series.
1, 2 on a sunset flip. Got a 2 count. Sky is out. And down goes Janella.
And right away he knew there was a chance Joey was going to tag out. Didn't want that fresh partner in. Took his head off.
2, got a 2 count.
Got a nice 2 count. Took his head off with a lariat. Settled the pace right back down. Drag him back into the corner. Tag in his fresh partner. Man, that's just smart tag team work by Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky.
Yeah, he held on to the arm that time, pushing. Did Sky, and Sonny said, well, Sonny's had enough, and that time Page ran away. Well, Page knows what he's doing. Look at that.
Of course he did. That's the old bait and switch, Tony.
Yes, it
anger
is.
the partner, get the partner to come in, run. The ref's going to put the partner out.
Right.
That's such smart thinking on Ethan Page's part. It's kind of dangerous when you get a team as athletically talented as Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, and they're also that smart.
Here's a pickup and a backbreaker that time right across the knee. And again, Janella just face first in a lot of pain here. And they're having his way with him, but that's sometimes when you think you're having your way with Joey Janella, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're actually taking Joey Janella to his happy place.
Right. Here's the pickup. Gonna do it again. This time it was Sky with the backbreaker.
It's a little tag team competition. Anything you, cover.
And a 2 count.
Anything you can do, partner, I can do too. I like the ego and the competition. Let's hope these two keep it together on the same page. Because sometimes with big egos like that, it can cause a rift in the team. Right now, these guys are firing on all cylinders, but there's a potential powder keg there.
Aubrey Edwards, the referee. She's my co-host on
Good
Unrestricted,
shot by Joey Janella right in the solar plexus.
our podcast. And there, Page just muscles him back in the corner. And again, Janella. As Sonny Kiss fuming to get in.
And Joey Janella right now is no place where he needs to be.
That's just Sky just waiting for his opportunity on the outside.
Yeah.
Wow, right in the face of Aubrey Edwards.
You know what they did? They gave Joey Janella too much breathing time. Oh, that one was a nice haymaker. Joey's almost out on his feet right there.
Crossing the arms. Janella holds still on the, and gets the tag on the other side. And here, look at Sonny Kiss.
Wow.
Great leg swing. What a drop kick.
All the way across the ring for a kick right in the face. I love it.
Spin wheel kick that time. The heel of the foot on the face of Scorpio Sky. Here's Sonny Kiss again. Lands on his feet. And, well.
Insaguri.
On the side of the head. Again, the great overpowering leg swing. Here's Sonny Kiss at a cartwheel, handspring. Down goes Sky. Kiss has got the cover. No. Don't get too disappointed,
Don't
Sonny.
get too disappointed, Sonny. Stay in the game.
All right, Sonny is going to make a tag. Joey now didn't stay out long. And quickly, Sky goes for some refuge down. Watch out.
Double plancha with a hit.
Janella and Kiss right.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
That says it all about Joey Janella right there.
Right there.
That camera shot. Oh.
Wow, nice super kick.
Yeah, great thrust kick that time. Now throws him in. Let's see what Janella can come up with now. Oh, boy. Sky with the DDT. Walks right into it.
Explosive ring awareness.
1, 2. But was unable really to make a good cover that time. Just kind of laid across him as best he could.
Well, Scorpio Sky was a little bit of trouble, and he pulled that move out on instinct with that DDT. But, yeah, he was a little aware in no man's land. He needed to hook that leg and get that cover in solid. He might have already gotten a pinfall. Ethan Page in now. Going to pick up from Scorpio Sky's damage. You know, it's kind of amazing the thrashing that Joey Janella has taken so far in this match. Like, he's really been hit with everything. But Ethan Page tried this earlier.
Yeah, it worked that time.
It worked that time. It's all over now.
Going for the ego's edge. Janella's got the turnbuckle hooked here. He was going for the ego's edge and another thrust kick, this time in the middle turnbuckle. And now Janella from the top with a moonsault. Boy, Janella cannot even make a cover. He doesn't know where he is. There he goes. A tag. Double team maneuver here. Driving the knee down, Page 1, 2, and Sky said that's enough, and he saves the match. And now it's breaking down here.
It is breaking down.
Kiss is the legal man in, and there goes.
And Joey Page hit his own head on the railing. Did you hear that thump?
Tope suicide at that time between the ropes. Sonny Kiss maybe has.
I think Scorpio Sky might have caught him with an elbow, Tony.
I believe so. He looks like has him where he wants him. No, Sky pushes Sonny Kiss down. Oh boy, and he
walked right into that. Poor Sonny Kiss didn't even get a chance to see that coming. Nice shoulder tackle by Ethan Page, ran through, doubled up the damage.
Here he goes, gonna try the Ego's Edge once again. Wow, just throws him across the ring on the Ego's Edge and gets the 3 count.
The winners of this match, the team of Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
You know, it's a valiant effort by Sonny Kiss and Joey Janella. I mean, Joey Janella took a heck of a beating during that match, but Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky are just working so well together. They really complement each other's athleticism.
How about that, Paul? Man.
Oh, you gotta love that Ego's Edge, but you know, what we missed was a setup before with Scorpio Sky getting that nice shin kick high to Sonny Kiss in the forehead.
Sky and Page, a duo that took a very keen interest in Sting's interview that I conducted a week ago on Dynamite. And they're now 2-0 as a team here in AEW. Next up here on Elevation, one of our feature bouts, the Hollywood Hunk Ryan Nemeth and Cesar Bononi with J.D. Drake will take on Best Friends with Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander.
This is a tag team contest scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 467 pounds, the team of Cesar Bononi and the Hollywood Hunk, Ryan Nemeth.
Quite a team.
Quite a team, and they're out there with J.D. Drake, the blue-collar badass.
J.D. Drake, I gotta say, hell of a match this past Wednesday for the TNT title against Darby Allin. Darby Allin's still the champ, but the badass gave him everything, buddy.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 418 pounds, Chuck Taylor, Trent, Best Friends.
Looking forward to this match. Best Friends back together again, the first time here this year. Trent's first match in 117 days after he was attacked by Miro with a torn pec in December. And here they are together again with Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander. New friends found with Statlander.
J.D. Drake giving a little coaching out there, giving his advice on how to do this. After that match he did have with Darby Allin, if I was Ryan Nemeth, I would want to hear what J.D. Drake did have to say.
Absolutely. Trent and Chuck, first AEW team ever with 20 wins. Top contenders to the tag team title before the injury, maybe. At one time they were the #1 contenders. And we saw them recently on Dynamite come out, interrupt Pac and the Death Triangle, making a statement that they were back. And this is a big match for them, man. I tell you, this is a great to see them back together, and great to be able to call this match on Elevation.
Absolutely, you guys see the energy of Chuck too. You can tell he's really excited to be back with Trent.
And the Hollywood Hunk, Ryan Nemeth just wants to show him up here a little bit.
That's a Hollywood Hunk's whole MO. He wants to show everybody up.
He's got quite a partner as well as big Cesar Bononi over in the corner.
What a powerhouse.
All right, let's see what the Hollywood Hunk now can do with the much more experienced Chuck Taylor. leg trip that time to send him down. And again, 4 points for me. Okay.
Showing that amateur background.
With 4 points, huh?
With 4 points.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't keep track of points in our industry.
Yeah. I don't even think that 4 points for a takedown in amateur wrestling.
I don't think so. I think it's 2, right?
That's a question for the
know,
American Nightmare Cody.
Yeah, I've got an extreme, extensive amateur wrestling background.
Do you really?
Well, you know.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Now here's Trent. Looking forward to this. To see what type of shape he's in, see if he's all healed up.
Yeah, I was 313 pounds in high school. I couldn't make the weight limit.
I'm sure.
Plus, I couldn't get gear to fit my head.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure you're right. Forearm shot.
Nemeth sinking those shots right in on Trent.
Oh, Trent firing right back, buddy.
Firing back. There he comes. Nice big chop across the chest.
Well, no ring rust so far under Trent. Looking quick. Man, look at that explosion that time and to connect with a back elbow.
Showing that speed and quickness.
Best friends back together. Orange Cassidy with them, and there's a Northern Light suplex 1-2. Well, good. He does feel good. That's great news, and maybe bad news for the tag teams in AEW.
Sometimes you get in and knock a little of that rust off and get your mojo going. Right now, they look like their mojo's going pretty good.
Little handshake that time. Double elbow drop, covered by Chuck, but Nemeth out in one. Boy, they've done a great job of keeping the big guy out, haven't they?
Well, that's smart play on their part. That's an experienced tag team. They've kind of cut Ryan Nemeth off from his corner and kept that big Cesar Bononi out of the ring.
Nemeth hit the other corner. Here comes Chuck, running elbow attempt. Oh, boy, there's a big guy.
He had enough for standing on the apron watching.
And he's going to get his shot in now, Cesar Bononi.
Smart move by Ryan Nemeth, tagging the big guy, let him go to work, get your breath, get focused.
6'6", 259 pounds of him, man.
It's a guy like Cesar, he just enjoys inflicting pain.
Sir.
You can see it on his face, he loves doing it. A kick to the ribs there. And now the roles have switched. It's Chuck that's deep in enemy territory.
Yeah, he really
cut
is.
off.
And Drake is there as well, and this trio slowly making their way into the minds of fans everywhere. I think Drake made his name on Dynamite, and we've seen what Bononi has done. I mean, he's had great matches against John Moxley and Hangman Page. Oh, and Ryan Nemeth continues to make a name for himself, and right now they're having their way here with Chuck Taylor.
Absolutely, but they're doing that smart business. Cut big cover.
2.
They're cutting that ring off. They're keeping Chuck buried in enemy territory. That way you can tag in a fresh partner, keep it going, wear down Chuck. Right now, Chuck's in no man's land. Face first into that top turnbuckle. And the Hollywood hunk is liking to show how cool he is, and it backfired. Chuck's firing up out of the corner.
Yeah, shot him with a forearm.
Swinging a mix, and there's the tag.
Here comes Trent of Best Friends, ducking out of the way. Goes for Bononi, and now with a running lariat, down goes the hunk. And again, he'll do it one more time.
It's like Trent's feeling it pretty big here.
Yeah, he said he said, I feel good, and he's looking good right now. High knee that time. And he's going to hit the near rope. Another, that would look like more like an elbow. A running elbow strike than a lariat.
Sure did, Tony.
Oh, big forearm shot. Down goes Bononi, the big guy. And a back elbow. Trent over the top.
Trent's trying to make a statement, keep Bononi from getting involved, put him down on the outside, get back in, take care of Ryan.
Ducks through that time. Picks him up into a DDT.
Wow, he sucked all that DDT in.
And Chuck will come in. Here's the tag. Forearm shot. Soul food, baby. And a cover. 1, 2. No, he's out. Boy, Chuck was doing a little bit of celebrating too early that time.
Celebrate Rivera, he looks surprised too. Ryan Nemeth's showing a lot of guts and fortitude to kick out of that. I personally like soul food. I wouldn't want to kick out.
No, man.
But I like food, period.
Yeah. And a knife edge chop again by Trent. Nemeth's in trouble. Benoni is still down. No, he's up to his feet to
He was baiting, Tony. He was baiting. He was acting like he wasn't there to do anything, but he was waiting for an opportunity.
Wow.
Nice DDT.
Great counter move that time by Nemeth. Now Nemeth needs a tag, but his partner needs to be in the corner. He'll make it. Here comes the big guy. And a running lariat. Pinned him into the corner. Trent, the full arm drag, pump handle pickup here coming up. Over the top. 1, 2, new. Bryce Remsburg close to making a 3 count that time. And meanwhile, down low, watch out, the big guy's got Chuck. Chuck's got the big guy into the post. Benoni goes down.
They might not want to be showboating right here at this moment.
Pick up, oh, a fall away slam that time. And again, boy, this time Nemeth's in trouble. Looking for strong zero. Their double team move, and there it is. 1, 2, 3. They're back, and they win it. Best friends.
The winners of this match. Best friends.
20 wins in 2020, and now 1-0 here in 2021. Love it, man. Statlander and Orange are going to celebrate, and there's that strong zero, man. That's a great move. There you have it, best friends.
Best friends are here to shake up the AEW Tag Team division all over again.
Come on, bring it back, man. We haven't seen it in quite a while. Here we go. You got to give the people what they want. Hell yeah.
I love it.
Best friends, Chris Statlander and Orange Cassidy celebrating the win.
Wednesday on TNT, Matt Hardy faces Darby Allin for the TNT title. Pac and Ray Phoenix challenge Young Bucks for the Tag Team Championship. And Dax Harwood takes on Chris Jericho with special guest enforcer Iron Mike Tyson.
The worst is yet to come.
AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite at 8 on TNT.